Chess.com still has their head up their ass like they always do. And I don't know what to do. I'm just going to use Chess 24 until they decide to show the games. I got apologies yesterday. This will never happen again. And then at like 3 minutes to the round starting, they don't have the games up. And the guy says, oh yeah, we're putting the games up. They'll be up. The game should be up an hour ago, half an hour ago, not after the round starts. So I don't know. I don't understand what's happening. If you go to chess.com/events, the games are there, but they're not in live. I mean, what? So they have the games, they're just not putting them in live until after the round starts or whenever they feel like it, or they just won't do it. So I don't know. Anyway, I'll use Chess 24 until that happens, if it ever happens. It's pathetic. Everything chess.com does is pathetic, and that's, probably Danny Wrench's fault. I mean, he's probably sleeping. Terrible. It's really hard dealing with them. Like, I can't ever do anything with them because they never do anything. All right. Well, anyway, we got 2 matches today. This is also round 1, same as yesterday, 4 different players. Fabiano's playing Nepo, of course, because you can see that. And let's see, what's the other match is Giri versus Nepo. All right, so both players are playing extremely quickly. And let me get out of here. All right. So we have a very sharp, thanks for the 500 centidues. Oh, no, you did. They played a very sharp French defense, win-a-war variation. And h4 is what Alexeyev played against Nepo. Then he didn't play queen g4, h5, which was weird. Okay, this is more normal. h5, h6. Rook b1 I'm not familiar with. The obvious idea is white wants to play queen g4, and then black can't ever play queen c3 check and take the rook because the rook's not there yet. Okay, b6, queen g4. And he takes on d4, allowing queen takes g7 if he'd like. And I guess Fabi's unfamiliar with c takes d4 because queen take... Okay, no, it was slow in going. Queen takes g7 seems really strong. Rook g8, queen takes h6, queen e5 check. So the center's opening up, and white's going to have the 2 bishops and a passed pawn on h5. Otherwise, white's development isn't very good. So knight e2 was played, dc3. Players are still in their preparation. Queen f4, and white has a nice passed h-pawn. The c3 pawn is weak. White has the 2 bishops. But, white's pawn structure is a little iffy, if you know what I mean. So I guess the players are still in their prep. They're both playing really quickly. The engine likes white, as do I. There's a lot of grandmasters I know who are a lot stronger than me, and they don't like the French defense for black. They don't like the win-a-war for black. But okay, Nepo's not one of them. So the players are still playing it very quickly, so they're still in their preparation. Normally, Fabi has better preparation than Nepo, but I said normally, right? Yeah. That's right. 12-year-old Ben Feingold would have black here. That's right. Okay, and then let's look at the other game. MVL's white against Giri. That doesn't even sound like what I said. I said the other 2 players are... Did I say MVL and Giri? I guess so. All right. MVL played d4, which is already a surprise. Maxime likes to play e4. And Giri's been known to play the Grunfeld, but MVL plays the Grunfeld. So maybe Giri doesn't want to play the Grunfeld against MVL. So instead they're playing a Nimzo Indian, queen c2, the variation I'm most familiar with. Castles, I think, is the best move. Most grandmasters play a3 here. I've never played a3. The second most common move with grandmasters is e4, which I have played. And I usually play knight f3. And I used to play bishop g5. Okay, e4, very sharp move, which doesn't give white an advantage as far as I know. Black should play d5. I've played this against Robert Hassan. He played d6, which I don't think is a good move. Okay, d5. And the main line is e5, and then knight e4, and then bishop d3, I think. And then c5, I think. I think they play c5 here. Right. Then I think they play knight e2. Okay, knight f3 probably just transposes. And then takes. Okay, we transposed. And let's see, does black play knight d7 here or queen h4? I've already forgotten. I analyzed it like 5 years ago. Knight d7. I mean, from the white side. Mamedyarov plays white in this position a lot. I think he plays bishop f4 here. Yeah. And then I think queen h4 is the move. Yeah. I don't play white in this variation because I analyzed it, and I couldn't get an advantage. And when Mamedyarov was playing it, he was drawing, I think, too many lower-rated players. He couldn't get an advantage either. So, okay, g3, queen h5. This is still the main line. Castles, g5. I'm sort of out of my what I know here. I'm sure I looked at this position like 5 years ago, but now I don't remember. And then c takes d5, threatening the knight on e4. Obviously, it's very sharp, and both players got to have tons and tons and tons of preparation. And that's actually what these guys are known for, is having lots and lots of prep. Okay, so after cd5, probably taking the bishop on f4 makes the most sense, since he just played g5. Otherwise, why'd you play g5? Okay, and the engine says black is doing fine. Giri doesn't know the move cd5, or he forgot, or the transmission is slow. I don't know which one. So, yeah. All right. Now we'll go back to Fabi. After bishop f5, which was the last move we saw, Fabi made the losing blunder, f3. Boo. Okay, so Fabi wants to play g4 and have a nice pawn chain. And f3 is actually the computer move, so I wonder if they're still in their prep. Rook to d8. Okay. Basically, white gets to get his king out. Now, in this position, the rook is attacking g2, so it's hard to move the bishop anywhere. So he's going to play f3, king f2, defending the pawn, or g4. Then he can move the bishop. Okay, and he played king f2. And looks like both players are starting to think now. White has two bishops. White has a passed pawn. Black has the center. The c2 pawn is weak. Potentially a3 is weak. Very double-edged, complicated kind of position where Nepo thinks he's fine and Caruana thinks he's better. And by Caruana thinking he's better, maybe his engine thinks he's better. 100 centidues. Rawr. Why isn't c2 hanging? It is hanging. You can take on c2. Okay, he played f6 instead. Everybody's like, it's a pawn. I'm mad. Rawr. You can take that pawn, but then that gives me an open file for my rook. Nah. Okay, and then if I play bishop b5 or knight b5 or start to queen this pawn, maybe you don't want to lose that tempo and take that weak pawn. Although in a blitz game, I would be taking that pawn and losing that tempo all day. That's what I would do. The engine doesn't like taking that pawn. It says that this is a good open file for white. The bishop goes to b5, g4, h6, and taking that pawn doesn't help you. It just helps white's rook. I mean, a guy that I knew in Michigan before you were born, he said it's okay to blunder pawns, you get more open files. So he was half kidding, maybe. Okay, f6, boo. Now, today I'm wearing my Gawking Rabble shirt, and the reason I wore it was I assumed both players would play f3 and f6, making them the Gawking Rabble. All right, so bishop d3, saving his pawn. The engine says that's a terrible move. It doesn't like that move at all. It says after e4, black's better, but this engine's no good. Bishop d3 played so quickly, I almost think like it's his prep, almost. Okay, king f7, g4. And the engine does, it's like everything's fine. Knight d4. The players are playing really quickly. Rook hc1. So we have equal pawns. White has a passed pawn that's not very dangerous yet. It seems about equal to me. I don't think white got anything out of this opening. Back to the drawing board for Fabi. I'm not impressed with white's opening advantage. Okay, conversely, MVL. G takes F4, takes on E6. I've seen this before. Knight takes C3, E takes D7. Yeah, this is just them playing, tons and tons and tons of preparation. Bishop takes. Okay, and black has the two bishops. What else? However, white has an extra pawn. Okay, but they're still in their preparation. So, all right, when I say they're still in their preparation, they are no longer in their preparation because neither player is ever moving. Anisha's already used over 3 minutes, and MVL's thinking forever on this move. The engine says white's a little bit better. This actually reminds me of a Marshall. We are Marshall, which is strange because it was an Imzo Indian. But in the Marshall, black gets the two bishops. Black is up a pawn. Black's queen is on H5. Black has good white square control. 99.99. I don't play chess, but I blah, 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 blah during this time. Ryoko. Now, usually when people say they don't play chess, they mean they play chess, but they don't think they're very good. And some of you who aren't very good think you're really good. So there are people who say they don't play chess and people who say they're really good at chess. The people who don't play are better. That's actually we get that a lot. Now, when the chess center was open to the public, were we ever open to the public? Did that ever happen? We have a Tuesday night, anybody can come and play. And a lot of the people are like, well, I don't know how to play, so they don't play. And then we make them play, then they play fine. But, they're not 2,000. They're, 700 maybe on a good day, if they're on fire. Thanks for the huge donation. Much better than $100 because it was $99.99. Yeah, Karen agrees. Ryoko. It's Karen approved donation. $99.99. Okay, so now Maxime is from France. You agree. So in this position, he played the only move he could play, Queen D1, always retreat. And that threatens the queen and the bishop on B4, so we have to take. And then Maxime thinks he has an advantage here. Not sure why he thinks that. Yeah, this is like completely drawn in my opinion. So I don't know. This is another opening failure for white. $4. Thanks, Xenoid 1. A foolish consistency and hobgoblins and such. We probably had a train and I missed it because I didn't refresh the stream, so I can't see a train. I'm not saying we had a train, but I have to refresh to see how many viewers we have in trains and stuff. If we had a train, I'm not saying we did. I missed it because if I don't refresh the stream after I started, it won't show me a train. Thanks, Twitch. 400, there's no trains? Okay, good. 464 viewers. All right, so Maxime got nothing out of the opening. Good. And Fabi got nothing out of the opening. So I guess the good preparation for the black players. Rook C8, 92, 96. I mean, I'd rather have black here, even though white has a passed H-pawn, because black has a really, 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 really good center. If you don't believe me, you can ask Trump. He said my description of the center was tremendous. He said it was really, really, really tremendous, right? Mm-hmm. Karen agrees. Were you making emotes?
I'm updating my body and then uploading some emotes.
Good. Did Giri draw yet? Not yet. So there's a guy named Greg Shahade who you never heard of. He's the brother of Jennifer Shahade and the son of Mike Shahade. Anyway, Greg has some betting lines on the tournament, and one of his betting lines was the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and I've seen everything. Okay? And of course, if it ends up that he's right, I'm going to look really dumb. You can bet on whether Giri has the most draws in the tournament or the other 7 players. You can take either one. You got that? And if you think Giri does, you get odds. So you get 2-1 or 3-1. Now, Giri is known for drawing, but this is a 15-minute tournament. So you wouldn't say it's more likely Giri has more draws than the other 7 players. I mean, each one, not total. And then you get odds too. Ridiculous. When I say you get odds, you have to give odds. If Giri has the most draws, you win less than if somebody else does. So you can take the whole field and you get 3-1. And I'm like, what? So it's not more likely that Giri has more draws than the field. And we shouldn't get odds either. So I've never been so mad. I'm always kind of mad. Anyway, it's mainly just internet nonsense. That's why it's so silly. So now if Giri does have more draws, then I'll look really dumb. Yeah. This guy complained there's so many ads. Excellent. We were afraid there weren't any ads. Great. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you should bet on the field and you get odds. So, I mean, yeah. Giri did draw all 14 game once in a slow tournament, but that's one tournament. And this is a 15-minute tournament. Everybody's going to draw their games. I mean, right now, Ali, Reza, and Ding have 3 draws each in one round. Damn. Why am I getting ads here? Good. The more ads you watch, the more money we have. Okay, so he played knight c3, f5. Already, Nepo has the initiative, and he has 6 minutes extra. What do I think of Fabiano's prep and play? Frankly, terrible. And then this game is just ridiculously equal. Total terrible preparation by MVL. This is the last position we saw, and they traded all the pieces off. All right, just dead drawn position. All right, so I guess Giri is going to have more draws than everybody else. Damn, got me good. Instead of taking Greg's money, rawr. Well, you have to make like 50 bets. That's just one of them. You have to make like 1 million, You're not taking his money. There's no money. Whoever wins gets some like used Apple Watch that's from like 3-4 years ago. So the prize is if you don't win. Then you did well. Yeah. All right, 500 viewers. Good. All right. So this game's completely drawn pretty quickly. Not great preparation by MVL. This is actually why I don't play this line with white. I couldn't find any advantage. It was like that's equal. You just have to hope you've memorized everything and you play a line your opponent didn't memorize and hope that they make a mistake. That doesn't seem like yeah, this line's been analyzed out. I don't think E4, D5 line gives white anything. So I'm not impressed. All right, and not only this is nothing, this is less than nothing. So Fabiano's trying to bail out to a draw already. Knight B5, trade everything. So he's sacrificing a pawn to get lots of stuff off the board. He wants to get his passed pawn going. He wants to take on A7. Maybe he wants to check his opponent because he's a little kid. So the position's about equal. We're going to see 2 draws the first game. Luckily, there's 4 games each today. So if we have these boring draws like we're seeing now, that's not going to, we're going to get some exciting chess later. So yeah, white got nothing in either opening. Frankly, terrible. MVL missed out against Caruana. He's not even playing Caruana. God damn. No wonder he missed it, right?
What?
It says he missed a winning move against Caruana, but he's not playing Caruana. That's why he missed it. If he was playing him, then he would have saw it. Yeah. All right. Etc. Is Fabi as boring as he seems? You mean like personality-wise? There's only one person who knows. Karen.
With Fabi?
Yeah. Is he as boring as he seems as a person? Not chess.
I don't know him well. I only met him in Qatar.
What do you think?
I think he's less boring if you know him.
He's less boring than he seems.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, and sort of like Yasser. But not like
He's
Yasser.
not boring.
No, but then he see like if you watch Yasser on the stream, he's like, "Hi everyone, I just took some lithium, and I'm gonna analyze the move
Yasser's different.
E2 to E4 in the game Anatoly Karpov versus Anatoly Karpov from 1971. Pardon me, 1970. Right, but in real life, he's just like nonstop swearing and banging the pieces. But but otherwise, yeah. Didn't Fabi play Crazy House against Archer? It's about a third correct. Yeah, he played Bug House with Archer. So you're close. Yeah.
They added a format command.
Ian could have won a full piece against Caruana earlier in the game. No. Incorrect. Yeah. That's the most incorrect statement ever. All right. Yeah, these guys played like 25 moves of prep, and then they get a race to move 40 to draw. Okay, so Rook G1, very suspicious. Knight check, Rook takes, Knight takes. King takes. All right, so black's up a pawn, but he has almost no winning chances, even though the engine likes black, because he has 2 knights. So all Fabiano has to do is give up a bishop, a knight, and 3 pawns for 4 pawns, and then he draws. It's hard to win with 2 knights. You need those pawns to queen. Those pawns aren't going to queen. So that's why Fabi did this. He's just racing to a draw. Now, obviously, black's better. Black's up a pawn, and the engine thinks black is close to winning, but the engine's wrong. All right, check. And then this is the position. So white got nothing out of the opening, and he's fighting for a draw, and I think he'll get it because black has the 2 knights. Very famous ending, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. Right? Karpov Korchnoi, one of their world championship matches. I'm going to say 81, although it could have been 78. But anyway, they had, and it could have even been their other one that they played before he didn't play Fischer. They got to a 2-night ending, and Karpov was close to winning, but Korchnoi got all of his pawns and drew. $25.63. Thanks, Cy Bradbury. You think that's like 20 or 25 euros? Or you think that's just a random number because he's funny?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. You can go back to move 20 and see why people are incorrect on e4. If you can call them people. All right. Okay, so e4 is the engine move. Yeah, that's agreed. Yay. Black is better. Yeah, I agree. Black is much better. You want to play e3 check and d4? You could win a piece, but you're giving a lot of pawns away. So this is the engine line. Yeah. The engine keeps moving the board up and down. That's not me. Yeah. Okay. And here, black is up a piece, but white has the 2 bishops. No, but you guys are correct. This is just good for black. Maybe he can draw because he has a passed H pawn. Black has not so many pawns. White has the 2 bishops. But yeah, probably black's close to winning here. Anyway, it was a great game by both sides. Yeah, I was wondering why the engine wanted to play e4 so much because of e3 and d4. Good, good. So as usual, the chat is right. What? I've never seen the chat right. We want ads. You see, the chat's still wrong. Yeah. It's $1,000 Australian dollars. I don't believe that. He said 18 euros equals what that guy gave me. However, the funniest answer in the chat by far was the guy cleared out his bank account. That was all the money he had. So that's 20, yeah. Yeah. The gawking rabble is correct because sometimes when you swing, you miss. So occasionally you guys are right. Yeah. Am I the official commentary on chess.com? Yeah. That's the ticket. No, this is just my channel. Chess.com not only doesn't have commentary, they're supposed to have the game shown in live, and then they never do. And then they're like, oh, we're putting them there. Then they move their eyes back and forth. All right. So you guys are correct. E4 would have given black close to a winning position. The players didn't see E3. A lot of times, when you're playing somebody who's very, very, very high rated, and they don't make an obvious blunder, you don't expect them to blunder. The engine just always sees it. But if you're like, Caruana didn't blunder, so I don't have a winning move here. So, exactly. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Okay, so the last position we saw was this one. And black played king e6, knight e8, knight f6. And Fabi's thinking. Fabi's much worse, has a pawn less, has less time, but I still expect he'll draw. He put it in H. Always put it in H. Okay, just in case Ginger GM's watching. So obviously if knight takes H7, the truth hurts. And then some. So because of his really strong passed pawn, even though the engine likes black a lot, I think it's going to be a draw. Okay. This says MVL is better, but it's all lies. In the end, they're entertaining lies. Isn't that the real truth? The answer is no. Okay, so what did they do? Rook d5. This is the last position we saw was here. E6, trade. All right. And just completely equal. No winning chances for either side. And the engine likes white for some reason. All right. The engine really likes white, but this is just a draw. If anybody's to be preferred, it's white, because white has a pass pawn and black doesn't. But since rook and bishop versus rook is a draw, and since Anish knows how to draw that, there's almost no winning chances. The only thing in white's favor is this pawn is the correct colored rook pawn, in case those things happen, and this pawn is not. But that's neither here nor there. I wonder where it is. Yeah. So the engine likes white in MVL's game, but I think it'll be a draw. And the engine likes black in Nepomniachtchi's game, but I think that'll be a draw. But those guys are better, but they just won't win. No winning. And if Giri loses, think of all the bets Greg Shahadi's going to lose. Terrible. Can Ben send me Perrier for free content? I don't understand. That sentence didn't make a lot of sense. Is it possible for a woman to enter the candidates? It's not possible for anybody to enter the candidates. So the candidates in World Championship are events that happen due to many qualification events and because of rating. So if you're one of the 2 or 3 highest rated players in the world, or you've won the World Cup or FIDE Grand Prix, then you qualify. So whether you're a man or a woman, they don't know or care. Maybe they care, but they don't know. All right. Did you ever play Yes or Yes many times? 663 viewers. Good. Are you commenting every day of the tournament? Obviously and frankly. Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and on my Discord, and then you'll see all the stuff I'm doing. But I'll be here every day, like yesterday, commentating on the whole tournament, etc. Mainly, etc. All right, he caught up on time. What happened after h6? He played knife f5. Ooh, maybe Nepo will win. Knife f5. Ooh, to change my mind about this. Okay, and then he played king e2, which isn't the engine's kind of move. King f7, tripling on the f file. And now he's thinking. Not his strong suit. So Fabi's worse, and he's down 4 minutes on the clock. 15 minutes just not his thing. I know. Let's have a spelling contest. What movie is that from? Let's see who gets it in the chat first. Nakapuki plays tomorrow. Judah Polgar played in the candidates tournament. That didn't answer my question. Tombstone, very good. Yeah, they got it. Tombstone. Yeah. They're playing poker, and Ike's getting mad. The guy who plays Ike is a genius, by the way. He's a great actor. Steven something, Landrum, I don't know. Ike's getting mad. And he's like, what's that? Holiday 12, 13 hands in a row, nobody that lucky. And he says, well, Ike, whatever do you mean? Maybe poker's just not your game. I know. Let's have a spelling contest. Man, that was a good line. Naka fanboys crying. Naka did pretty well. Ignore my comment. No, I couldn't ignore it. Best commentary in the world like ever. I mean, you give me too little credit, but okay. All right, so Fabi's playing slow and bad. Good. And let's see how MVL's doing. MVL's has the slightest of advantages. All right, bishop c3, rook there. All right, white has a passed f-pawn, but with the bishop on c3 and the king on g7, how's it, once it gets to f5, that's it. Yeah, good. That's nothing to sneeze at. All right, so MVL played bishop e6. He wants to do the song about the sweet loving woman, then do the song about the knife. Then what does he do? He does the walk of life. Who sings it?
Is it Narrow Straight?
Correct. Yeah. So the reason he played bishop e6 was to play king e4, so his king could walk up the board. And Giri's like, I was drawing worse positions before you were born. Let's see, is that true, or is MVL older than Giri? No, MVL's older than Giri. All right. So the engine says it's equal now. It doesn't like king e4. It likes rook c7, bishop e7. Pretty good. Pretty good. I give you $9.99 credit. What do you think about Ali Reza's performance against Ding? Pretty good. -1, not bad. All right. So this game is going to be a draw. And let's see if Fabi has gotten the draw yet, or he's still worse. Knight c7 is good. All right. h7, putting it in h. It's good to put it in h. So here's what Fabi's thinking. He's thinking if king takes h7, then he'll play bishop g5, take the knight, and then take on d5. If you can't take with the knight on h7, because knight takes d5. So definitely this is going to happen. And the engine says knight g3 check as a move. It'll probably go here. And this is likely to be what's happening. And then black has winning chances. Black's up a pawn. But there's very few pawns on the board, which makes it difficult to win. So probably draws the most likely. But Fabi's time is ticking down, even though it's a digital clock. It's still ticking. Maybe there's a bomb somewhere. I don't know. Okay. I'm getting a text from the arbiter. It's not a bomb. It's the gap band. Oh, well, that makes sense. You got that? Mm-hmm. Karen got it. Nokier, gave 5 subs. God damn. 5 gift subs. Hooray. Thanks for the subs. Okay, let's go back and see what happened. All that stuff happened that I said would happen. He played knight d4 check instead of king g6. And then all this stuff happened. All right. I don't know why he played king d1 instead of king d2. Maybe he saw Nakamura's game yesterday where Nakamura played king d double question mark. He's like, that's for me. All right. So Fabi's trying to draw this pawn down ending. It seems like a draw is more likely than a win, but a win is possible. And the reason is there's so few pawns on the board. But he might win. You never know. 200 centidues. Another train. Except it's the first train. Right, we need one more 100 centidu donation and the train starts. Who wants to give 100 centidues or more? Is there an official comment? You know, they're like, sorry. Yeah. Dave Chappelle gave the official comment. He's like, sorry. 100 centidues from Nick Izimo. Thomas Gauss, 199. Another train. All right. So far, Nepo's dominating Fabi, but Fabi might draw anyway. And MVL is squeezing Giri. Okay. And Sopiko's getting pretty jealous, I must admit. Okay. So after bishop e7, rook d3, everybody's happy. MVL trying to win by not trading rooks. Man, the engine really likes white. This just seems like dead draw to me. But the engine says white's doing great. I'm not sure why exactly. 1,000 centidues. God damn. Go Train and go Karen. It's either from Mepex or from, who's the guy, or what's the other guy's name? Twitchy? I think it's from Twitchy. No, it says Mepex. Oh, I was close. Mepex gave 1,000 centidues. And he said, I'm not twitchy. And then there's an emote, there's a gif with him moving his eyes back and forth. So I don't know. Everybody's using this emote about the trains.
Okay, thank you, Mepex.
Do I have that emote? I don't have it,
I
right?
just tweaked it again.
Okay, I have to refresh. Because if I don't refresh, I don't get the emotes.
Yeah, there's some other ones.
You should sub to our channel if you're not a sub. You get these cool emotes, right? If you don't think they're cool, double your money back except for one thing. No money back. Our motto used to be think differently, but our actual motto is no refunds. All right, we got Nepo, we got MVL, we got Fabi. Who we missing? Nepo, MVL, Fabi, and Giri. Where's Giri? No Giri? You. Hello? Is there a Giri emote?
I'm working on it.
So there's not yet. Okay.
But you got the other ones already?
I got the 3 up there.
Yeah, Gary.
All right. So rook c1, good. Check, always check. King f5. White's trying Trying is the first step to failure. White's trying to get his king in, get some attack. At least he's trying. That's good. Both sides, both games, they're trying to win. It's not just going to be boring draws today like I thought. Okay, let's go back. So we had, this is the last position we had. Okay, it was right here. Fabi played knight c3, b5, a5. Always repeats. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Now, Fabi played knight d2. Knight e2 because he wants to play d4. The more pawns you trade, the more likely it is a draw. Okay. Now, Giri, who normally would be concentrating all of his efforts against MVL, probably just got up and he's watching this game, thinking about the only game he's ever won in his life against Alexeyev of the candidates, which was also knight in 3 against knight in 2. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean.
Hey,
yeah.
chess.com has the games up if you're interested.
All right, we could go back to there. It's in live chess.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you. All right, we got that one. And then, let's see, we got the other one. And we'll fix the scene. And there we go. Okay, so we're back on chess.com. They finally put the games up, like when the round's about over. They'll try to do that every round to make sure we can't look at the games. Okay, so the last position we saw was this one. And I said that Fabi wants to play d4. Nepo must have heard me. I'm pretty loud. So he played knight e6, stopping d4. And then b4, which I'm sure Fabi was happy about because he's trading pawns. Camp ending's an easy win. Goes here. And this should be a draw. He shouldn't win this position 2 against 1. Black has some winning chances, and the fact that Fabi doesn't have a lot of time on his clock, that's not going to hurt. So, yeah. All right. And in the other game, the last position we saw was this one, and Giri defended with rook c7. So, MVL has winning chances. Nepomniachtchi has winning chances. I expect 2 draws, but, what I expect doesn't matter. Chess 24 is better, shows the engine. No engine. I'm a chess.com streamer, no matter how stupid they are, and incompetent, and can't show the games. Terrible. I'm their streamer. That's me. Mepex, 100 cent to do's. All right. Then we have 300 cent to do's from Pinky Jim, putting us to level 3. Go level 3, etc. It says 100%, and the clock is still ticking down. No, I don't know what that means. 100% should go to the next level, but it didn't. Very suspicious. 100 centidu is putting us over 100%. That's right. Go Hype Train. We're at level 4. Go us. Or is it go we? I don't know. Okay, so MVL played rook a5, attacking this pawn. And looks like he's going to win that pawn. The problem is, if he takes the pawn, rook c5 is a draw. So black should play a3 here, then taking the pawn would lead to an immediate draw. And then we're trading. Now the engine says we can play tricky and sack a piece. But it's still a draw, because I'm going to win this pawn. So it's tricky, but it doesn't win. That might happen, by the way. That's pretty tricky. Okay, let's go back to the actual game. Thanks, Cy Bradbury. This is the Fabi game, obviously. The last position we saw was this one. Fabi played king c2, king d2, king c2. All right, nothing's happening, etc. All right, so he wants to play knight g2, knight f4. All right. That's what he did. Yeah, it doesn't seem like black's getting anywhere. He's trying, but he's failing miserably. The lesson is never try. There's just so few pawns on the board. Yeah. Very hard to win. All right, now the engine says king b3 is all zeros and king b2 is all zeros. So the game is effectively over. If it's all zeros, that means black's not even better. Frankly, terrible analysis. it's hard because if we sack a piece and win these pawns, it's over. It's hard to protect both pawns, especially with the knight here. Yeah, this says there's just no winning chances. Nothing to do. Yeah, this knight's on this, and this knight's defending it, and there's nothing going on here. All right. Conversely, something's going on here. Rook c5. The engine does not like that move. That's actually a bad move. You should have played a3. Yeah, now it's your king e6. Now, that's a good king. Yeah. Yeah, now white's very close to winning. Yeah, rook c5 was a mistake. I can't believe Giri's the one who would lose, ruining Greg Shahadi's terrible. Yeah. Now the engine thinks white's winning because white's infiltrating with his king. He still has a passed pawn. These pawns aren't dangerous because he's defending this. So MVL was slightly better, and I thought Giri would just draw because he's Giri. He was slightly worse before you guys were born, but he's getting squeezed. He's not playing this correctly. Still could draw, but much worse now. That's a good king. I told my students in the endgame, move your king up in the ending. For my next endgame lecture, if we ever have one, if white wins this game, I'm going to show how white moved his king up, and black's like, g7's good. Solid. Not good. Terrible. If you want to go to chess 24, I recommend you can go to chess 24. You can do it. You have the technology. All right. Back to this game. All right. Check, check, boring, check. And now the game is over. Nepo knew it was over. He just wanted the game to end. Check, takes, and draw. And that's the problem when you have one knight or two knights, is when the pawns get traded, the game's over. You can't win with the knight or the two knights. So even though Fabi was worse that game, I don't think he was in serious danger of losing. Although he was in serious danger of losing if earlier in the game, as the gawking rabble in the chat pointed out, with the help of their engines, obviously, that in this position, black could have played e4, missed by the players with the idea of e3 and d4. Very unusual idea, just giving all your pawns away to get a fork. I'm not saying he was winning, but in this is the correct variation for both sides. Excellent winning chances for black. Black's up a piece for a pawn or two, and, black doesn't have a lot of pawns left. White has the two bishops. White has a passed pawn. But a piece is a piece. So, excellent winning chances. All right. And then back to whatever this is. Back to reality. There goes gravity. All right. And MVL squeezing and squeezing. Another train. Oh, the train's over. All right. Do we get to level 3 or 4? Terrible. Such strong support. Such lies. Lies, I tell you, lies. 6 subs, 2,700 bits. The only thing more disappointing than Giri's endgame play is you guys, if that's possible. All right, rook a7 check. King f8. Really? King f8? King h8's the best move? If he had played king h8, I would have been even more shocked. So, yeah, the problem with king g6, and has a big problem, is bishop e4 check. The truth hurts. Man, king h8's the best move. Yeah, nobody's playing king h8. The engine's playing king h8. Nobody else is playing king h8. All right, king f8. And then, yeah, we're, it's, bad position for black. So now white's winning. The easiest win, according to the engine, is g5 and then f5 with the idea of f6. And the problem is, if you take on f6, you can't take my bishop because rook a8's mate. Now, with this pawn gone, it might be a draw, but not with that pawn there. Now it's an easy win. So g5 actually wins immediately. f6 probably wins too. Yeah. Wow, king f8 is like walking into mate more than king h8 is. Because on h8, the king has g7 and h7. On f8, it only has g7. So it's more mated on f8 than h8. Hard to understand. Amazing. Okay, so what did happen? He played rook h7, not the best move. Bishop g3 is the best move. f5, rook c7. Yeah, and he just figures he's winning this because he's winning the pawn on h6. Not sure if he's winning because black has all these checks forcing the white king to the side. So, for example, this is the engine line of what should happen. Then king g5, king h5. Oh, it actually thinks rook g6 is winning. Yeah, as I said earlier, this is the right-colored rook pawn, so this is winning. Yeah. Even the wrong-colored rook pawn, it might be winning. Maybe. The only thing I'm worried about with white is a rook trade. If the rook trade wins for white, then I'm not worried. That's the only thing I worry about. Yeah, this is winning because my pawns are already too far advanced. You can't stop. King takes, g5, f6, king f5, g6, g7. If necessary, there might be a line where black goes here and white has to take with the bishop to win. Because if he takes with this, that might be a draw sometimes. Sometimes. But with the 3 pawns, I'll just win. So this is just completely winning. So Giri couldn't draw a worse ending. Wow. Tough having 15 minutes on your clock. All right, all that stuff happened that I said. Remember that stuff I said would happen? That's what happened. He took, and then it all happened. Yeah. And rook g6 is the easiest win, but moving the king also wins. He did play rook g6. So everything that I said would happen did happen because the engine helped me. Yes. Mepex is correct. He can't draw a worse ending, but he can draw a better ending. So that's true. Yeah.
Hey, I just exported day one, started that in YouTube. For the recap, do you want me to split it or just leave it because the last part kind of comes after the recapping?
Whatever you think. You could put recap plus garbage. Yeah, whatever you think. I mean, there's a Kobe joke in there that doesn't go with the recap. You know, he led the league, so you might want to get, you know what I mean? All right,
I mean,
Kobe.
I think since it's at the end, it's fine to leave it as one.
All right, let's see what's happening here. All right, yeah, this is easy win. Yeah. The question is this a win without the queenside pawns? I think the answer is yes. Yeah, I don't think he can set up the drawing position because white's king is too far ahead. Yeah. So this is a win. Yeah, this is just an easy win. Bishop c6 was a nice touch. All right. Kobe, could you show the clocks, please? I cannot. Chess.com doesn't show the clocks. Chess24 shows the clocks. 777 viewers.
I thought they were going to fix that.
The bishop could have taken f6. Bishop could have taken f6. I mean, this is f6, so there was never anything on f6. So I don't understand. Could somebody translate from the Russian? I don't think white ever had a piece on f6, so you can never take f6. f6, bishop f6, rook f6. What? He meant just taking the square itself? All right, well, I guess. So did he resign? Let's have a look. I mean, I'm assuming he resigned. And he did. I can't get to the position, but just a second. So he resigned here. Yeah, this is the final position. So MVL won a drawn ending where he was slightly better. And it's possible, I'm not saying it happened, that Giri thought it was a really, really easy draw and it was like a normal draw. And he like relaxed a little bit. Possible. And MVL was slightly better and he Carlsen Karpov'd him. You know, Carlsen when he was good and Karpov when he was good. Who's good now? Nobody. Kramnik used to be good too. Yeah, Kramnik, Karpov, and Carlsen and Pray for Rain. Those are the endings they won, where they were like 0.1 ahead and somehow they won. Anybody do that now? Who wins endings when they're a tiny bit better but shouldn't win? I guess nobody does that now. All right, so now Greg's going to have to pay off everybody because Giri has the fewest draws. Terrible. All right, we'll get rid of that. And then hopefully when the next round starts, it'll start. Probably not. Probably have to go to chess 24 again. They don't like to start the round on time at chess.com. They're against it. Let's see. Anybody? Chess 24 is live. That's interesting. Okay. Move to the UK, pick up your title in customs. Good, good. All right, back to whatever this is. We'll change back to chess 24 since chess.com cannot be trusted. So they play 4 games today. If somebody wins after 4 games, they have 2.5 or more. The match is over. The scoring of the tournament, to confuse you even further, is if you win your match, you get 3. If you lose the match, you get 0. If it goes to Armageddon, because the score is 2-2, now the winner of the match gets 2 and the loser gets 1. It doesn't matter what score you win your match by. If you get 2.5, 1.5, or 4-0, that's the same. Which begs the question, if the match is over after 3 games, why do they play the 4th game? The answer is fries. Yeah, what is correct? Yeah. So in the round robin format, before they do like the playoffs at the end, like in 2 weeks, the most you could get is 21 points. You can get 3 points per round. If you win your match, you get 3 points. You're going to play the other 7 players. 21 is the most. Right now, from the first round, the only player who can get 21 is ding, 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 and any of the players here can get it. Okay, so I've already started on chess 24. Like the moves are already being played. So I assume on chess.com they'll never happen. Yeah?
Oh. Hey, I added a command you can just type in format.
What do I do?
Look at MooBot.
Look at MooBot.
You type in format command.
Each match. You did that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You get tired of saying all that.
Yeah. That's not going to help, Yeah. Okay, so we have Nepo and Fabi, and they've played a Lopez, a.k.a. the Spanish. Bishop c5, just like yesterday's game between Naka and Carlsen. Okay, and this is a totally different line. The Naka and Carlsen played. Always retreat. Always trade. What happened?
Maybe it's case sensitive.
Somebody didn't. It didn't work. User error.
Well, it might be case sensitive.
Could be. I usually blame the user.
There's that one. I'm still logged in as you.
Mm-hmm. Go, MooBot.
Then there's...
Tell Karen that it got whispered to me. What?
No, it works.
Yeah.
Why is it not?
Yeah, user error. No, I was right. Yeah. When people say like this doesn't work, that means they can't do it. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. That means they can't do anything.
Oh, you did it right.
No, they can't do anything. Yeah. Good call. Exactly right upon further review. Man, daily coverage, Feingold. It does work. Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't see it.
What? What's the problem?
I thought it didn't work when you typed it in.
He said it does work.
Okay, well,
It was obviously he did something wrong. Yeah. The user is wrong. Man, I wish you were my boss, Ben. Exactly. Yeah, user error. Is your computer plugged in? Did you turn it on? Remember when Jillian calls Brian and you don't hear Jillian, you just hear Brian? And he's like, okay, do you see Mr. 3000 on the top or the bottom of the DVD? Okay, did you put the DVD in? Okay, is it plugged in? Okay, plug it in. All right, love you too, Jilly Bean. Then he hangs up. Yeah.
oh, I see what he's saying.
What?
I guess the way I set it up wasn't really what I intended. It's whispered to the user that types it in.
Right.
If you type it in, which I was you, it does it.
Oh, if I type it, it works. If anybody else does, it whispers it to him. Is that what you're saying?
Maybe that's okay. I don't know.
That's weird, but all right.
I didn't know I set it up that way.
Yeah.
I'm kind of new to MooBot.
All right. So everybody trades everything. Knight A3, putting it in A.
Okay.
And the players are still in their prep. Well, Fabi is. Fabi's always in his prep. I'm not sure how that happens. Now, when Fabi did Real Sports with HBO, he said he had 1 million moves memorized. And I said, frankly, ridiculous. However, based on his opening prep in the last few tournaments, maybe he does. I don't know. He knows every opening forever. So it's a lot of moves. Central and Pacific time. Yeah. All right. Nepo played C4. That move is explosive, and the engine doesn't like it. Too explosive. Wow, the engine wants to play G5. God damn. Fabi's not going to play G5. All right, now the engine changed its mind, even though it has no mind. So the engine says black is slightly better here. Another good opening for black. MVL's game has not started yet. Let's see if chess.com has the games yet. The answer is going to be fries. They do not. Oh, wait, maybe they do. Oh, they do have the games. They're not as dumb as I said they were. It's close, though. They're like hiding the games in the thing, too. Anish. Let's see. Something's Amish. All right, I'll go back to whatever it is I was doing. All right. People actually like the chess.com better than the chess24 better because chess24, they can see the engine evaluation. They're so lazy. Now, I can see the engine evaluation and they can't. So I'm like when God has a gun. Yeah. All right. So now, in my opinion, which you don't have to agree with, that's okay. No, it's okay. I don't like the way they set this up. I don't mean the chess.com. I mean the format of the event. The game should start at the same time. It shouldn't be like Fabi's playing and then 4 minutes later some other game is playing, because then you don't know when the other game is. Like, just have them start at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, what are they doing? And also, there should be a set time. They should have like a game every hour. That way, if your game ends in like 35 minutes, you go to the bathroom, you can, eat, you can take a nap. Not like, okay, my game is over, I got 5 minutes. And then the other game, I don't know what's happening. I don't like any of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Terrible. All right. And also, yesterday, they had the Armageddon game start during the other game.
Yeah, that was no good, because then nobody's going to watch it.
No, but I mean, come on. Yeah, terrible. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just switch to chess24 already. Chess24 board is very ugly. Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not, Eduardo, it's not the number of viewers I have and what they have. That's not why they have more viewers than me. What a dummy. Can you say something that's not stupid once a stream, then you can go back to being your regular self? Terrible. Chess24 board is way too small. Switch to lead chess. That is funny. Yeah. Bullet is impossible on chess24. Ping is over 400. Chess24 is obviously the worst site of all time, except for ICC. But what they do is they got Magnus, Augustusson, and Svidler. So you guys are like, oh, chess24. Then when you actually play chess yourselves, then you go to chess.com and lead chess. QED. Agreed? Mm-hmm. Let me give you an example. Here's Karen. How many games have you played on chess24?
0.
Correct. Will you play in the future?
No.
Yeah, ridiculous. The ridiculous site. Yeah. Although I could have asked you the same for lead chess, and she might have said 0, but I don't think you've played on lead chess.
Played a few,
yeah.
I like chess.
Karen's one of the few people on earth who likes chess.com better than lead chess. Even for everything. For playing. Now, chess.com is better than lead chess, but that would take hours to explain to you guys. So we'll just say lead chess is better so you guys are happy. You guys can go look at the walls and see the shadows and stuff. Okay, now, let's go back to the game. He took, that's a good move. Knight takes is a good move. Queen, all these moves are computer moves, except for c4. c4 is a Feingold move because it's, c4 is a Feingold move. It's explosive. You weren't listening. Terrible. How do you not hear me just peripherally?
I'm reading the chat.
Yeah, but me, I'm so loud. You should respond to the chat even though they can't hear you because the microphone's facing me and you're over there and you're quiet. No, you can yell and scream so they can hear you too. Who wants Karen to scream so they can hear her? Anybody? What? I'm so disappointed from her answer. What was your answer? Oh.
About chess.com?
It's twitchy. No, I think about c4.
Oh.
Yeah. They want you to scream so they can hear you. They can barely hear what you're saying.
Mm.
All right, bishop c8. Always retreat. Good. Bishop c8. I'm not a big fan of bishop c8. The engine says bishop c8 is good. All right. Now he wants to play rook b8. That's why he played bishop c8 to d7. Damn, Fabi's pretty good. Yeah, the bishop is better on d7 because rook b8, you have the b file. That is good. I agree with that. All right. The engine says this is equal. But yeah, so far in this match, black has done well in the opening. And then Giri got outplayed in the ending and lost. All right. This is Giri versus MVL. MVL's playing the Slav? What world am I in? Come on, back me up. All right. For $1 billion. Ready?
Yeah.
It's $1 billion question. So focus. It's for $1 billion. If white plays d4 on move 1. Here, I'll show you. d4.
Okay.
And MVL's black, which he is. What does he usually play? What opening? What's MVL's favorite opening against d4?
I don't know.
Right, you can guess.
D5?
No, the name of the opening.
Oh, the name?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What the chat's telling you, you get $1 billion right in the chat. Yeah, he always plays the Grunfeld. Always. Okay, having said he always plays the Grunfeld, he did not play the Grunfeld. Also, MVL always plays e4. He did not play e4. So MVL's like getting Giri out of his prep on move 1. The Slav, MVL, quoi? C'est pas possible? Incroyable. And as I like to say, sacre bleu.
Oh, he did play D5. I didn't know.
Yeah, right. Shocking. He played the Slav. Okay, semi-Slav. Good. All right, g6 is a move. Yep, knight e5, f4. All right, so it's sort of looking like a Grunfeld. Know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And he's forcing Giri to play aggressively because Giri doesn't like doing that. Giri wants to be slightly better with no losing chances. Now the game is triple-edged. This is an MVL kind of position. So he got Giri out of his prep. He got a Grunfeld-type position. He's got the 2 bishops. It's very exciting. Conversely, Anish needs to win a game. Anish is in a very strange situation. If it goes draw, he's out. When I say he's out, he loses the match, not out of the tournament. So Giri has to win one of the next 3 games. So Giri's got to, muck it up a little bit. But that's MVL territory. This is why everyone, including me, thought the 2 players in the tournament who were likely to come in last are Fabi and Giri. Because 15-minute, that's just not their game. I know. Okay. So he played DC5, which is already a terrible move. I mean, opening up the latent potential of the bishop on G7. But unfortunately, Giri doesn't have more than an 8th grade education. So knight C6 is good. This is terrible for white. When you play F4, you don't want to play D takes C5. You need to have that knight on E5, right? Not play D takes C5 and get rid of the defense of the knight. Yeah, this is a very bad position for white. Black has 2 bishops. Black's dominating the dark squares. E3 is weak. King is in the center. Very bad for Giri. All right. I guess they should have invited Grishuk. I mean, I say that as a joke, but it's true. Grishuk's better than Giri at 15 minutes. Sorry. Might be better at slow chess, but that's a different argument. But at 15-minute chess, And then it would be like move 8 and Grishuk would have 1 minute left. It would be great for all of us, right? Or back me up. Yeah.
Hey, why is boomer a forbidden word?
In my chat, when OK Boomer became a popular phrase about 3 months ago, it was just OK Boomer was spamming my chat. Yeah, they just read what's on something else, like, I'm going to say that every time, because my chat really has a lot of intelligent people. Yeah. They don't know what a boomer is either. They should look it up. It's funny. A boomer is somebody who's like a year older than me and a year younger than my mom. Like the official definition is we both missed it a little.
I'm the very last year of
Right. Like a boomer's older than me, very slightly, and you, and younger than my mom, but also very slightly. Yeah.
Well, old Grandpa got timed out, and he might really meant. He said he was a boomer.
I don't do anything. I'm the pretty face.
Lubot did it.
Right. I don't touch. I don't know what Mubot is. I got nothing. Yeah.
Let him back in.
Yeah. All right. See, now they're all saying it till I get, yeah. Generation X. Go Adam Wallace. Mm-hmm. All right. Now they're all just going to say it the whole time because we talked about it and want to ban them all.
Well, Nubot will do it. Nubot's one that banned.
But I thought you were getting rid of that.
I'm only letting old Grampy back in.
Indeed.
Can,
Indeed. Yeah. Right. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so Giri's going to lose this game. It's 100%. 101%? See, you guys are like, well, there is no more than 100%. What about when we have a train? Refuting everything you've ever thought your whole life, right? The train's always going over 100%. Back me up. Yeah?
Yeah.
See? Let's say you had $10 and you made 200% of your money investing it. Don't you want that number to exist? See, so it's more than 100%. Okay, back to this game, only game that's interesting. That other game's over. Giri's white and he's losing on move like 10. Terrible. But by the way, that was all true. Giri is white and he is losing on move 10. That is true. Okay, so in this position, Nepo played knight e3, and then we got this position. Rook a1, this is the last position we saw. Rook a1, taking the open file, plus tax. Rook b8, the points of this maneuver. So we have the b file. b3. I mean, black just has the two bishops for basically no compensation. In fact, I would argue black is also better because these pawns are weak. So obviously good for black. Good opening play by Fabi. I was going to say the only possible weakness in black's position is this pawn, because if the knight moves, we can take it. So he played bishop d8. Makes sense. Now his knight can move. Bishop c4, queen c5, put in an h. Yeah, this is just great for black. It's just two bishops for nothing. Better pawn structure. Bishop is trapped, etc. Mainly. Anybody? What happened? Loud so they can hear you.
I'm looking at how many people said boomer and they got timed out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're supposed to get timed out. That's what's supposed to happen.
Did they not understand they were going to?
They do. They're really dumb in the chat. Yeah, you underestimate how dumb they are. You're like, well, Ben says they're dumb, but they're not that dumb. You're really dumb. It's true. Yeah. I mean, sorry. Anyway, 890 viewers, and you're all geniuses, all of you. Every one of you. All right, queen a7. Very suspicious. You see this? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. By the way, I made fun of Fabi earlier for his bad 15-minute play. This game, Fabi's playing like when God has a gun. Right? Sometimes Fabi just plays perfect every move. I hate when he does that. I played Fabi in the Pro Chess League about 3 years ago, I guess. I don't know what it was, 2 years ago, whatever. And I was white and Nimzo Indian, and I was under pressure the whole game, and I lost. 15-minute game, I think 3-second increment. I analyzed the game with an engine later, and the engine said I played fine. But I was like white, and I just lost. Positions where I was obviously worse, like it said I was equal, because like I could defend perfectly and make a draw maybe if I'm lucky. But I was white. And it was like, yeah, you play good, you lost. So that's, truth hurts. All right, Nepo played d4. Good. Getting rid of the weakness. Excellent. Opening up the two bishops. So finally, Fabi made a move the engine doesn't like, bishop f6. It prefers bishop g5. That makes some sense. Now it says bishop f6 is okay. Bishop f6 obviously okay. Queen c7, defending the d pawn. Queen d2, c5. Yeah, and white's already fine or better. I wonder what Fabi should have done differently. Knight a2, knight c. Oh, knight a2, knight c3, knight e4. Yeah. Yeah, the engine wants to go. Now it says it's equal. It says everything's equal. I mean, playing d4 and making this bishop have f1 available and opening the d file. That was excellent. Yeah, so Nepo took a worse position, just equalized. Fabi's still playing for the win, even though he gave up d5. His d pawn is weak because he got the two bishops. But yeah, c5, that wasn't a good move. Yeah. Yeah, now he's just worse because he gave up the d5 square. Now the bishop here, fighting for this square, unfortunately gives up g4. So knight g4 is annoying. Queen takes d6 is okay. That was amazing. How did he go from like clearly better to like white's better? What happened in this position? Is bishop f6 really that bad? Bishop g5 is annoying because you don't want him to take this knight and double your pawns like that. That would be awful. But this shouldn't be worse. This shouldn't be worse for black. You could play knight a2, knight c3, knight takes e4, play bishop e7. Yeah, but white's already fine here. Yeah, c5 is not a good move. That's a bad move. Yeah. Wow, this is terrible for... Now Fabi's like close to losing. Man, maybe he is bad at 15-minute. Maybe he is. It's funny, when Nepo plays slow chess, sometimes he plays 15-minute chess. He just moves instantly in a slow game. Yeah, that's how he rolls. All right. So, yeah, Fabi's lost all of his advantage, and now he's worse. Because, his king is exposed, his pawns are weak. Nepomniachtchi stacking paper to the ceiling from the candidates. Riding on 24-inch chrome. Queen f4 is an excellent move. Threatens rook d6, queen f6, queen h6. Defends the knight. What's funny is the engine wants to take with the g-pawn, which I was thinking, if he plays bishop takes knight, so later he can play rook g1 check and get this attack going. Wow, Caruana just played great, was better. Nepo defended correctly, and then Fabi fell apart. Once upon a time, Fabi was falling in love. Now he's only falling apart. Nothing he can do. A total eclipse by Nepomniachtchi. That was the original name of the song, was Total Eclipse by Nepomniachtchi. And then the record execs were like, look, that's not going to play here, right? Karen says yes. Also, Nepo wasn't born when that song was made. Also, you've never heard of that song. Karen has. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Let's see if Giri's resigned yet. Okay, this is the last position we saw. I sort of forgot about this game. Takes, bishop d3, queen e7. Better is d4. d4 exclam, former muscle, destroying white's position. He didn't want to give Giri knight e4, so he didn't do that. e5 is good. Yeah, this is also very good for black. Very good for black. God damn. Very good play. Yeah. I assume that Giri has no time here. I can't use chess 24 because I never heard of them. Let's see. What do the gawking rabble say? Did you get your stimulus payments? All right. So 2 bishops for black, equal pawns. Black has a safer king. White's knight is on a4. Terrible position for Giri. Terrible. White's getting mated. 9 minutes to 11. Bishop takes g6, hanging a bishop. Terrible. We Love Bonnie Tyler. Nice. I've heard of that song. Ridiculous. What percentage of the chat's heard of that song? 20%? Maybe. Who's the best player after Magnus? In slow chess, Fabi. In 15-minute, 5-minute, or 1 minute, it's not clear that Magnus is the best anymore. He's old. Now, 5 years ago, Magnus. That's Magnus. You got all the emotes up of all the players? Is that what you did?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't have them all up at once, but
what can you
the
do?
ones that are playing.
No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
They're all up.
What else? 1983. You Need a Hero? Is that a Bonnie Tyler song also? I Need a Hero. Isn't that somebody else?
I don't know who does
It has to be Bonnie Tyler, otherwise his sentence makes no sense. Remember I had 1,800 subs when I left the stream yesterday? 1745, which makes sense. 60 times 30 is 1,800 QED, right? You lose 60 a day. Somebody pointed that out.
that. Oh, okay.
On average. I usually lose a lot of viewers exactly 1 month after a 12-hour stream. I mean, a lot of subs. 800, you think she means gyro. Very good. I need a gyro. Yeah. Go, Peter. Bonnie Tyler or Kenny Loggins, who was a better 80s movie musician? Movie musician. If you watch Archer, I think the answer is obvious. Okay, so nobody's moving here. Let's go back to this game and see if Fabi's lost yet. Okay, so the last position we saw was Queen F4. He played Bishop G6, saving his bishop. The engine says Knight H4 resigns. Like, it says the game's over after Knight H4. It does threaten Knight takes Bishop, and there's not really a good move. The problem is after King G7, then after Rook takes D6, which he played in the game instead of Knight H4, now this is hanging with check. That makes things worse. And after Queen E7, we have a brilliant move that no human would find. Bishop takes F7. No human's going to play that. The idea is if Bishop takes, we win the Queen. Knight F5, right? And if you take with the, which one's worse? Take with the King, takes, check, and Rook D7. I don't believe in fortresses. And if Queen takes, it's the same. Takes, check. It's the same skewer, fork, pin. And Queen takes, Rook check, and the Rook is hanging. So, I mean, he's not fighting Bishop takes F7. That's ridiculous. So he just played Rook takes D6 right away. And then Rook B6. The only move. Fabi found the only way to defend. Now, obviously, if he had prefaced it with Knight H4 King here, then you can't play Rook B6 because this is check. Then your Rook's hanging, you get mated. Yeah. After Knight H4, if you don't play King G7, I don't know what you do. The engine says this is the best move. Oh, I just ate. Yeah. Everything wins immediately. This is +6. This is a ridiculous position. Because now this pin doesn't work. We have all kinds of checks. Yeah. Terrible. All right. So Knight H4 would have won immediately. Nepomniachtchi missed it. Played here. And now Black has drawing chances. Once again, Black's down a pawn and an ending with drawing chances. Like the last game. Knight D3 is good. Knight B2 is good. Fabi plays good when he's losing. Yeah. Now he's like barely losing. Maybe he'll draw. But, still losing a little bit. Still losing. Speaking of losing, let's see how Giri's doing. Okay, this is the last position we saw. And Giri played Bishop C4. He wants to get rid of the two bishops. What else? Unfortunately, when these pieces get traded, this bishop's better than that knight, and then some. So still a terrible position for white. Everything gives black the advantage. But he wants to get rid of the two bishops. The bishops are too annoying. Exactly.
Hey, do you mind if I turn the heat on? Or is it...
Do whatever you want. It's your chess center. I agree. Yeah. Yeah, but NH3 is the one that smells. NH4 doesn't smell. 3 bishops are annoying, but not in Bughouse. Okay, so what did MVL do? He played Rook E8, Rook E1. He saw his queen was attacked. Good. Yeah, this is just awful for white. This pawn's weak. This pawn's potentially weak. This knight sucks. This bishop's great. This king is safe. This king is not safe. So big advantage to black. Huge advantage. And Nepomniachtchi he has moved. Yeah. It's in a different color, so he must have moved. So we have to, do this. All right. So Knight B2 is the last position we saw. Knight E5 is the engine move. Knight C4 I'll always trade. BC4 is the engine move. Okay. These are just excellent moves. Every move perfect. H5 is good. Rook C6 is good. Every move's good. Okay, and the engine says white is, a pawn up, but not easy to win. So, engine doesn't say that, but it's like 0.5. If I was a betting man, based on the skills of the players in said positions, I would bet on a draw, and Nepomniachtchi is going to be furious, really mad after the game, like really mad. Because first game he was close to winning, if not winning, close. This game he was completely winning. And if he looks with an engine, he'll really be mad, plus 1,000 and not winning. Taking the bishop was terrible. That was a ridiculous move. So now he can't win at all. If it was 3-2 on the same side, it's a dead draw. The extra pawns don't really help white. In fact, I think they help black because black can activate his rook and attack the c pawn, and white can't. So he can play rook d1 check and rook c1 here. Right, now the engine says white's not even better here, which is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, so he threw all his winning chances away, and now it should be a draw. That's amazing. Fabi draws this game. Fabi played great, then he got outplayed, then he was losing, and then Nepo's like, nah, draw's okay. So if Giri loses, and this game's a draw, how's Giri going to have the most draws? What do we do? Right? Can you show the engine? I cannot. The engine says all zeros. Have you met Morozevich? That's a good question. I'm going to say no. I've been to tournaments with him in Europe, I think, before you guys were born, but I don't think we've met. Yeah, this is a draw. Yeah, rook c2, GG. King f5, GG. $40, GG. Thanks for the $40, 82 gold top. Good. Yeah, the engine doesn't even think white's better, even though white's up a pawn, because black's rook is great, and white's rook is defending. See, without the c-pawns, it's a theoretical draw. With the c-pawns, you think that helps white, but it doesn't, because black's rook is attacking the c-pawn, and white's rook's defending the c-pawn. Frankly, terrible. Great play better or worse than today's super GMs in tournaments like this? I don't know, super GMs are all good. The way people think now, and they always do, everybody always thinks whatever's happening now is better than before. That's why when Secretariat won in 73, the Belmont, they break that record every year. Oh, what I mean is, in 1973, when Secretariat won the Belmont, that record will never be broken ever. That's what I meant. The name I can't pronounce, subscribe. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Soviet Union, their Olympic teams, 50s, 60s, and 70s, all their players were world champions. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Imagine your Olympic team. This is an Olympic team. Pay attention. Botvinnik, Smyslov, Tal, Spassky, Petrosian. That's your Olympic team. That's one country. You hear me talking? I ain't through with you by damn sight. Those guys will get medieval on your ass. Yeah. Can you imagine such a team? You hear what I'm saying over here? You got a 5-board Olympic team with 5 world champions on it. Now, that team never existed, although all those guys played board 1. Like sometimes Geller was on it, sometimes Taimanov, sometimes Bronstein, sometimes Stein. You hear me talking? And you're telling me, oh, players are good today. You know, we see Giri play. He has white. He's out of his prep on move 3. And on move 10, he's lost. Yeah, that players are better today. Terrible. You see Magnus yesterday blunder in every game. Still wins. All right. So what happened here? Check. G4. Check. All right. I mean, this is the deadest of draws. Yeah, there's no play here. There's no pawns on the board. So Fabi did it again. He's like, I'm down a pawn. I'm dead lost. Trade everything, draw. All right. Giri, who was not down a pawn against MVL, lost. Okay, and who's moving their king up? That's right, the better player. Good. 940 viewers. Good. Instead of rook f4, is g4 better? It's all draws. You could create a racehorse better than Secretariat. Incorrect. Create one. I mean, I could, but you guys can't. What is this you know I mean from? I don't know. Half my references even I don't get. It's Karen. Who's that, Nepo?
Yeah.
What's coming out of his head? What happened? Is it the ponytail?
Bunny ears.
Bunny ear? Oh, that's right. Yeah. I thought it was his ponytail.
Yeah, I should have done it in bun.
All right. Always repeat. All right. This game's too boring. Let's see Anish lose. Okay. What did we do here in Anisha's game? This is the last position we saw in Anisha's game. It looks like something's gone Anish for white, right? Yeah, okay. So rook e2. Boo, too passive. Takes. Here comes a skewer. That's a skewer. Queen c2, obviously. Queen a6. I just ate. Okay, if you're a chess student of mine, I don't have any students. But if you were, don't do that. Okay, your king's over here. And like, you got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. This guy's on a4. You can't go here. Don't do that. Oh, God, what a terrible move. Okay, queen a6, no good. Bishop e5, now you're talking. The engine says every move wins. It says rook f4 wins immediately. Bishop e5 is good. Here comes rook g4 and so forth. Yeah, and then that's good defense. That's good defense there. Yeah, and by good defense, it is not good. Queen a6, terrible. God, why is he so bad at chess? God, lose every game. So after 2 games, Giri will have the same score that I would have had if I was playing. So pretty good. Yeah, you can't put your pieces over here when the guy is all over you like Oprah on self-promotion. I mean, too much attack. King stuck in the corner. Terrible. All right, back to this drawn position. Let's see. We missed some moves. I think this is the last position we saw. Check. Man, look at that black king. Now you're talking.
Yeah, what was the better move?
Instead of what? Queen a6?
Yeah.
Queen c2. Always defend. All right. Draw agreed? Oh, not yet. So every reasonable move draws. That's the most reasonable. King e5 in case the c-pawn starts pushing. The problem is black wants to go here, so white can't move his king there. The rook going here lets black's king come here. The rook can't move anywhere else. So basically we have to play c5 and hope that this works. That doesn't work because when the pawn's here, we just take it. So this is a draw. All right, let's see if Giri resigned yet. g3, that was the engine move. And now it says bishop g3 wins and queen h5 wins. Queen h4 does not win. That was a typo on my part. See, I would play queen h5 winning, but I would mouse slip that, and then I would lose. And then I would yell, and Karen's like, what's happening? That's what would happen. Right, Karen? Mm-hmm. She says yes. It's buzzard bait. All right, in the chat, let's start a thing. A poll. Somebody start a poll. Who's worse? Dr. Phil, how? Dr. Drew, and who's the other stupid doctor? Or Dr. Oz. Okay, and then we'll have another poll. Who has the stupidest name? Obviously, Dr. Oz. Okay, and then put some funny answers in there like Buchanan and Fries, but don't do that. Who's the dumb? No, do it in a poll. Don't in the chat. Who's the stupidest of those three? Karen gives up.
I don't know enough about him.
Dr. Dre is obviously the best. We're not counting him. Dr. Nick Riviere is better. I don't know who those people are. Boo, boo. Dr. Oz is crazy. Dr. Phil is ignorant. Keith Mad subscribed. Do I have an Ivanchuk story? I have many Ivanchuk stories. Dr. Phil almost lost his license, and by almost, Dr. Phil did lose his license, if that's what you mean. Dr. Drew, I think, is a medical doctor. I think Dr. Oz is too. Oh, Dr. Oz lost his license. That's right. He can't practice medicine. Dr. Phil never had a license and lost his other license of whatever he does. And then Dr. Drew, I think, is just like some like serial killer. Dr. Phil's winning for the worst. I don't know who Dr. Ock is. That must be some joke I don't get. All right. And then... King e6, good. Rook c2, good. King d6, good. King f3, good. All right. I'm just dead draw. Did they agree to a draw or not yet? Okay, they didn't agree to a draw because he moved. All right. And then let's see if he resigned yet. Giri, Queen h5, good. He didn't typo. Rook g2's, it doesn't matter. He's losing anyway. Rook d1, man, truth hurts. Yeah, this is just lost. Queen c4 is a blunder. Look at Giri blunder. Are you watching? Watch this move. That when he played this move, he looked and said, "Now, Anish, you know what it's like when MVL has a gun." You watching? Mm-hmm. So white played Queen c4. That's what happened. Okay. And then, are you sitting there? Are you sitting down? Yeah. And MVL played this move. And then we see how good Queen a6 is. It's good to put the pieces over here. Yeah, frankly, terrible. Man, they say players today are better than players from a long time ago. This guy's like number 4 in the world, and he plays worse than me, which isn't possible. Then he resigned because it's over. You can't defend f1. Terrible. Horrible. You have king g1, bishop d4 check. God damn. I've never seen such pins. Yeah. I never saw a guy with white lose that badly unless it was me. The engine says black is plus 77 if white plays perfectly. White's got to really be on fire. If white makes any mistake, it's just forced mate. No. Take d1 is the best move. Very good. And this is the computer line. White doesn't have a lot of legal moves. Yeah, and rook d8, and then god damn. God damn has been called. There's good and there's no good. This is no good. Yeah, and the engine says plus 65 for black. That's right. Bronstein blundered a rook against Botvinnik and Drew, and Bronstein was actually better. Yeah. So Giri has 0 draws. Man, harsh. All right, so that was the crush of the century. Even better than Irina Crush, who, by the way, had coronavirus, as did Joel Benjamin. Man, it's tough living in New York, New Jersey. Get the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. So listen to this thing I heard on the TV today. There's some place, I don't know if it was work or a home, I don't know what it was. And they tested 146 people-ish. All of them had it. All of them, okay? And none of them had symptoms.
Wow.
I'm wondering what's less likely, that they all had it or they all had no symptoms. Yeah. And then that just goes to show that we all have it, and some of us don't have symptoms. I had symptoms of it before it existed. I was, I have a fever sometimes my sore throat, just coughing, and that was like 25 years ago. So I was ahead of the curve. I was sick before it was, was supposed to be sick. Okay, and then f3. Now I think Fabi's going to win because his opponent played f3. You agree? Say no. Yeah, he's trying to come around the mountain when she comes. It's got 2 chances of success. Slim and none. All right. It's the most equal of positions. Man, Nepomniachtchi is going to be furious he didn't win this game. He didn't win the other game either. All right. Who won? Dr. Phil won. I think as being the worst. Yeah. Dr. Oz. Dr. Drew 5%. Dr. Drew's pretty terrible. COVID. All right. It's the most drawn of positions. Is there any news on your tournament next week? At me? At me? That's a Karen question. Come on. I looked up Dr. Phil. How is that allowed to be on television? Damn you, America. Correct. I've been saying for at least 30 years, at least, if I was ever the president, if I would ban all those shows. All the shows that are on before noon, no. And country music, obviously. Those are my first two executive orders. No talk shows, in the morning where they all sit around and they all say stupid stuff. And no country music. That's my platform. That's it. I have no views on anything else. Yeah. That's it. That's it. Those are the only that's the only platform I'm running on. Well, you wouldn't vote for me because you like country music, but most people would vote for me. So that I can't make everybody happy. Yeah. Oh yeah, my layout is messed up because one of the games ended.
I only like some country music. It's not my favorite genre.
Well, obviously. All right, this game ended in a draw because they agreed to a draw. Now, obviously, White can just move his rook away, but for the gawking rabble, this is also a draw. And the reason it's a draw is every move draws. When Black plays King takes F4, White plays King F2. So we can hang around F2, and then we play King F2, and this is a draw. Now, of course, he doesn't have to trade rooks. He could just move his rook somewhere. All right. So Nepomniachtchi was clearly winning, and he drew. And Giri was lost like on move 8 with White. You don't play D takes C5, like ever. But especially when we play F4. Ugh, I just ate. This is terrible. The end. Yay, 1,000 viewers adieu. What time is it, Karen? What time is it? It's time for another train. 11. I have like 5. I have like my phone and 2 computers. I know what time it is. Another train. Might not be enough time for that train. All right, somebody's name I can't pronounce. Subscribe. Thank you. Got a J in there and a straw, so he's probably Dutch. What's for lunch today? Nobody knows. I'm not old enough to be president. I'm pretty old. God damn. So we're finally, unless Giri wins game 3 with Black, we're going to have this situation where the match ends with the game to go and the 4th game doesn't matter. Based on what I read on the internet, they're going to play the 4th game anyway. But the game doesn't matter. So I don't know. It's not rated by anybody. It doesn't affect the result of the match. It's not FIDE rated. It's not rated. Nothing. So I don't know. What? So I don't know. Interesting. That's right. Dabble's G is correct. Ben meets that in some goddamn is correct. Let's see. I'm shopping for my wife for Mother's Day. I was looking at Kobe's, but I guess you need a pilot's license for a helicopter. What? Kobe. That reminds me of a funny joke, Filevsky. On Family Guy, the episode is ending. It's like the last minute of the episode. And during the episode, Lois becomes the mayor. But then she's like, all right, I quit. Whatever. Okay. And then Mayor Adam West is like, hooray, I'm the mayor again. And a guy goes, well, wait a minute, doesn't it be an election? And then Adam West takes out a gun and shoots the guy. And he says, does anybody else have anything to say about this subject? And the guy says, my wife does. Oh, man, he got her good. I'm the mayor again. That's good. 1,000 viewers. No, I lost them all. No. Who has better chances in the Armageddon, Fabi or Nepo? Nepo. No, it's not close. It's Nepo. Can you find a way to show engine evaluation? You can do that by watching on any site with an engine evaluation, getting your engine up. It's not good to show you the engine evaluation. You guys get too excited. Just listen to my analysis and then get confused. Exactly. It was the joke. Yeah. So remember, no country music, no daytime talk shows. That's my platform. Vote for me. Go me. What's that terrible show? They made fun of it on Family Guy. It was really good what they did. What's the show where the women sit around and say nonsense for hours and hours and hours?
I didn't watch.
What's that called?
Sex in the City?
No, it's a talk show. They're actual people. The View. So they're watching The View on Family Guy, and there's like 4 women, and they're like going, bark, bark, bark. And they're all doing that. And then one does it really loud. And then it turns out she laid an egg. Like, that's why she was so loud. And they found an egg under her. And they were all like, bah. No, that was the show. Yeah. Banned. Yeah. And your children's children.
That show's terrible.
What, The View?
Yeah.
That's just your view. Yeah, but if I was the president, it'd be banned. So, see what the problem is. If you like the chicken noises, and you thought that was funny, and you don't know what I'm going to tell you, you're going to like what I'm going to tell you. One of the best videos on the internet, which isn't even possible, has Jimmy Fallon in it. Now, what's funnier? This bottle of Perrier, not too funny, or Jimmy Fallon? It's not even close. This is much funnier. See? Okay. Anyway, you agree, right? Yeah, she agrees. Okay. Jimmy Fallon had one good skit he's done in his life. It's, what's that terrible song by that terrible group? That didn't really help. It goes, I belong to you, you belong to me. You know that song? Okay, anyway, you guys know this song because you're all, you got brain damage. But anyway, so on Jimmy Fallon, they were all dressed as chickens, and they sang this song as chickens. So I was like, bah, and that, like what I was just telling you, but chicken noises. And the people in the chicken suits were famous people. I don't know who they are, but you can look it up. Jimmy Fallon chicken song. Yeah, the Lumineers, but they had a funny name, the Chickeneers. Look up on the internet, the Chickeneers. That's Jimmy Fallon doing the Lumineers. Now that's funny. It's the only funny thing he's ever done. I don't know how he was involved. I don't understand it. Yeah. The Chickeneers. Yeah. Now that was funny. Yeah. If you thought it was funny when they were sitting around on The View making chicken noises, this is even better. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Are the games up? Would they ever put the games up? The games are they're ready. Man, I underestimated chess.com. They're the best organization ever. All right, let's see. So MVL's white, I agree. And Fabiano's white, I agree. All right, so Fabiano has been worse and or lost the first two games, and he drew them both. And Giri was probably drawing against MVL and lost a worse ending that should have been drawn. And the next game, he's got rolled over. Rolled over. Which side has advantage in Armageddon? That's a personal opinion. I would take black. A lot of GMs I know want to have white. I would think black. Draws is good. Owen Benjamin's mustache subscribe. Good. Yeah, Nepo's got to be really mad. I mean, really mad. I cannot show you the clock. I don't have the clock on chess.com. This is chess.com. We don't have the clock. Everyone doesn't say black. I know a lot of GMs who say white. Right, black gets more... Right. I mean, it's good to be white. White blunders a lot in Armageddon. No, I think it's black. I agree. Rajabov has to win the 202 candidates. Man, that's a long time ago, the 202 candidates. Damn. 2020, that's not funny. Coronavirus, never heard of it. We lost 100 viewers. No, they're all looking at the chicken video. Yeah, you can't have like 500,000 GMs analyzing a game. That's not, you can't do that. 2 max. 1 is the best. More than 2 is already getting silly. All white has to do is move quickly, then you win on time. What? No, white does get more time than black. So black doesn't get the 2 advantages. Black gets the draw odds. White gets the more time. Yeah. Let's see. How many blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's too many words. We lost viewers. Mandarin monkey, never heard of him. Can we have a yes or impersonation? You cannot! What percentage of GMs are you better than? Only 1%. So we're trying to figure out who I can play a match with next. And we're trying to get some suggestions. somebody who's around my strength, so it's interesting for you guys. So if you guys can tell Karen an email or put it in the chat, somebody who streams a lot, who you think is about the same strength as me. Giri, no, somebody the same strength. That's somebody who loses all their games. All right. Answers are terrible so far. Yasser never streams, doesn't know what streaming is. Eric Hansen spelled wrong, 150 points better than me. Yeah, I thought Rosen, Bartholomew, Aman. Alexander Botez slightly weaker than me. Karen. Yeah, I thought about Bartholomew too. I thought maybe he's too good. Carissa Yip is like 800 points lower than me. I thought about Costa Corley. Yeah. Ivanchuk, Chess Explained is like a beginner, so that's probably not good. Andrea Botez. Andrea Botez, Chess Explained would be a good match. Blitz, Danny Wrench already played. Hikaru, Aman. Idris Elba is a good answer. Goldust Tori's the worst answer yet. Archer. That would be a good match. I'm the favorite. That way, whoever wins the match, we get the money. Play a match against Karen and Archer. We have a lot of Rosen. I suggested Rosen to Karen.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Goldust Tori, she's the same strength. Botez plus Botez. I guess if you add up the ratings of the Botez sisters, that's about the same as mine. Bortnick's like 400 points better than me. Ali Reza misspelled. Agedmidor with a happy face. Pia Kramling would be good. Pia's about the same strength as me. She's actually older than me. That's possible. It's not possible. No, Hans is a lot better than me in blitz chess. Slow chess, it would be good. King Crusher, I don't know who that is. Chess coach, I'd win. See, now you're talking. Rosen again. Want to see me crush Naka? You got to dream that, then wake up and apologize. Kaidnov would be good, but he doesn't stream. He doesn't know what the internet is, so he doesn't stream. All right. Jesse Cry. Jesse Cry's a good answer. Yeah. I actually played a match with him once, and Janice Joplin was watching. What did she say, Karen?
Oh, what? I'm doing email.
I said I was playing a match with Jesse Cry, and Janice Joplin was watching. What did she say? Cry baby. Yeah, exactly. Andrew Tate. I don't know who that is. Okay, so Fabiano Nepo is the French. Again. So Karen's super interested.
I'm working.
It's the French. Who's better looking, Nepo or Caruana?
Oh, let me look.
Nepo or Caruana?
Nepo. I'm looking. Let's see. I am interested.
MVL or Giri?
That's tough. Giri.
Truth hurts.
Giri.
Yeah. All right, this is the same. Oh, snap. He played E5 in the previous game, and he was all talking a batch. He got nothing. So he's playing this silly line. My brother's played this with white. My brother likes this with white. This takes an A3. MVL. Boo! Never play F3. Boo! Pretty equal. Pretty equal. Sort of an interesting equal. All right. Good. And Sicilian, C3. Good. Okay, I know this. Bishop C4. Oh, he took back. Bishop C4 is probably more common. Okay. Takes D6. Man, so MVL is just making sure that Giri couldn't prep for him. MVL is like, I'm never playing anything that I've played before. C3 Sicilian from MVL. All right, I know this position too. Bishop D7. Yep. Now, if I'm correct, I'm not saying I'm correct. I had this position against Ray Robson in our match in 2011. I think I lost in like 95 moves. This was the first game. All right, so this is giving white nothing. But if white draws, match is over. He wins the match. So that's okay. Would you smoke Naka with knight odds? If I spotted Naka at knight, I would definitely not win. No, I can't spot Naka at knight. Never play F3. Cry's a good fit. Doesn't have a lot of viewers, but he's well-spoken. Well, Cry's probably better than me. He doesn't play a lot. You have a brother? Me? My brother's 2,300. Come on. What's wrong with you? Everybody in my family's 2,300 and then some. Yeah, actually, you know who's the same rating as me? Is Giri's wife. So I could play Giri or his wife or both. Something. Yeah, what's her name? I know her name. Yeah, you know her name. Sopiko Gulamashvili, I think. Yeah. I think she's like the same rating as me, too. Yeah. Is Aryan Tari too strong for me? You spelled his name wrong, but yes, he's way too strong for me. Sopiko and I are about the same strength. I'm probably a little bit better. A little bit. Do you think since Giri and his wife play chess, they play f6? Definitely not. They wouldn't even consider it. All right. So knight c3, e6, castles, rook d8. I think I had this position against Robson, like this position. Pretty sure I did. I mean, it was 9 years ago, so I don't know. Vidit? How do you spell Vidit wrong? How do you put so many I's in it? Vidit's like 300 points better than me. Come on. All right, bishop e7. Yeah, this is pretty equal. White has the two bishops. What else? Black hasn't castled yet. But this pawn's sort of weak. So, so equal. I don't think Maurice Ashley plays chess on the internet. If he does, he should be banned. Hess is way too good for me. Gowrie we discussed. That was discussed. Grandmaster Gowrie, that'd be a good match. That's correct. Lunderman's too good. Komsky's too good. Benjamin has the coronavirus. Why do you hate wrong spelling? It's incorrect spelling, not wrong spelling. This Polish guy I've barely heard of. Yeah, no, I know Pia Kramling. We discussed Pia Kramling also. Go Ben, correct. Thanks for the sub. Holy, Grove or whatever it is. Greg Shahadi's interesting. Boros, yeah. Yeah, Bartholomew is a very good player. Can you be COVID-19? I asked Giri about that. He said draw. Pia Kramling would be interesting with a K? Maybe. All right, back to this game. They traded everything. So let me go back to the trading. Okay, this is the last position we saw. Yeah, so he's not really getting anything from the opening. Worst pawn structures ever. I wonder if she take with a knight. Yeah, knight takes is better. I don't know why he messed up his pawns like that. You just take with the knight. Queen takes is just silly. It's fine. It's a draw, but I mean, black should have played for an advantage there because they're trading all the pieces, and white has this bad pawn structure. Now, black has a bad pawn structure. Giving away the f5 square. There's the c4 square. All right, so this is just equal. Good. And this is also equal. Took with the pawn instead of the queen. I would have taken with the queen. All right. But, to be fair, unlike Giri, I don't lose all my games. So, Ken Rogoff quit chess before 90% of the chat was born. At least 90% of the chat. I could do economics with Rogoff, and I wouldn't lie about the statistics so much. I would get them wrong, but not for the reason he got them wrong. Nah, he didn't lie. He just doesn't know how to do math. Currently alive, Petrosian, confusing the audience. No, he's way too good for me. Arshak Petrosian, I'm better than him if he's alive. That's Peter Lako's stepfather. Father-in-law, not stepfather. Anna Rudolph, but only if she leaves her. That's right, with the lip balm, she'll be cheating. Rudolph would be good, except I'm better than her, and she has no viewers, and she's always doing nonsense instead of chess. I can't play Pricers because he's mad at me. The Dutch guy. Some guy that he knows, I called him a cheater, and he said, you can't call my cheating friend a cheater. So.
Who is it?
Some Dutch GM.
Well, I mean, nobody's heard of him.
Well, they've heard of him.
No.
Yeah. Ken Rogoff was a GM. He was one of the top 10, 15 players in the U.S. Hammer's way too good. Hamilton's okay. Yeah. Arjun's too good. Boris Golko doesn't know what the internet is and hasn't played chess in like 30 years. Karpov definitely doesn't know what the internet is. Yasser or Hansen? Hansen's too good. Yasser doesn't know what the internet is.
That'd be great if Yasser would do it.
Now, in my match with Ben, I was thinking about playing E2. Yasser, your flag's down. Oh. Anna Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer. Very good. Ken Rogoff is a GM. Nona Gaprindashvili. God damn. What school does she go to? Old school. Yep. Georg Myers, way too good for me. Your spelling of Alejandro Ramirez makes me think you're talking about somebody else. He spelled Ramirez. He made like 4 mistakes in Ramirez. How do you do that? How can you spell Ramirez so incorrectly? How's it even possible? Remeriez. That was the same person. Oh, okay. Jonathan Schranz. Now you're talking. That's that's good. Yeah. All right. Let's go back to this game. Who is?
Jonathan.
Yeah, that would be. I'll play him a match. Vampire Chicken versus the Vegan GM. Oh yeah. Commentary provided by Mike. Come on. All right. So this position's about equal. Both sides have weak pawns. Nothing's happening. MVL knows if he draws, he wins the match. So he's happy. Giri has to force a reckoning. Trading all the pawns off isn't really the way to try to win, but you got to do something. I would take black if I had to, but okay, it's obviously a draw. It's the most boring position ever. Speaking of the most boring position ever, man, they're good at trading. Give them that. All right. I don't know which game is more equal. I don't know. They're both totally equal with both sides trading all the pieces off. So I don't know. Alejandro Rodriguez instead of Ramirez. That's close. Vampire Chicken just went live. Did Magnus lose to Naka yesterday? If Magnus lost to Naka yesterday, the whole chat would be, did you know Magnus lost to Naka yesterday? That would be the whole chat. GM Cardi B, she can't be a GM if she's a B player. GM Brian Smith. He's like my strength. He probably thinks he's better than me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I vote for him or Rosen.
All right. I'm a regular viewer, acknowledge. Push to pawns. I'm a regular streamer. How about acknowledging, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Dr. Phil, he's pretty good. Tall Baron. Yuri Averbach. Now we're talking. Yuri Averbach. All right, last time I'm going to say this like this minute. Yuri Averbach, what school did he go to? How old is Yuri Averbach? You have to guess.
I barely heard of it.
But guess anyway.
65.
Very close. You know what a closer answer is?
What?
99.
Oh.
I think he's either 98 or 99. I don't know. He could be 98. 65, not as close. Let's see. He's the oldest living GM and then some. In fact, I don't know any other living GMs over 90. There could be. I don't know of any. He's only 98. Only. Yeah, I saw him in 2011. He was pretty old then. Yeah. Are there other living GMs over 90? I don't know of any. Or maybe. Can Caruana win this? No. This is a dead draw. Okay, so nothing happens.
I haven't been paying attention because I've been working. All draws for them today?
No. MVL beat Giri twice. Oh, yes. And this game's a dead draw. You can't legally win.
Yeah, I know that Giri lost twice, didn't he?
Right.
I'm gonna get
Yeah, there's no way to win.
eighth and two in a row.
What happened?
He can win.
See, if white ever plays e5, black plays d5, and then you can't legally win. And if white doesn't play e5, then black plays king f8, king g8, king f8, king g8, king f8, king g8. 500 centidues, thank you. Averbach played Zurich 53, correct. Did they agree to a draw here because you can't legally win? Oh, you can't agree to a draw. It's move 29. Wow. Well, is this guy putting the game I lost to... looks like that's what he's doing. You can legally lose is correct. Wait, how did we get two noises when I saw one donation? I must have missed one. Oh, I missed... Oh, he did this same... Oh, Dabble's... G, okay. Dabble's G gave 500 also. Good, good. All right, so this is a draw because you can't legally win. So, all right. And they agreed to a draw on move 30, which isn't allowed, I was told. So, all right. This is very similar to the game I drew in the last round of Foxwoods last year. Another train. I thought it was too early for a train. All right, we have a train. All right, so they drew. That wasn't too exciting. And this is also going to be a draw, but Giri has to win. Otherwise, the match is over. So this game's going to go a bit further. All right, and it's just they trade all the pieces off in both games. All right. The scam train. People of the world join in. Play Asa Hoffman. Is he alive? I think he is. I've played Asa Hoffman Blitz tournament and a slow tournament. I've played Asa Hoffman twice in slow tournaments. Hard to believe. 500 centidues from Mepex, or maybe it's the other guy. Cy Bradbury, 100 centidues. Does anyone know how to change their FIDE country? I have no FIDE country. Well, the way you would change your FIDE country is you would tell your federation. You don't have a federation. So, I don't know how you don't have a federation. Yeah, I don't know. What are you, are you Faruja? What's going on here? 500 centidues from Pinky Jim. Hooray. All right, did they agree to a draw yet? Oh, it's move 30. All right, so what happened here? Takes. All right. Yeah, this is... All right. This is the most drawn of positions. And then some. Have you played Jay Bonin? I have. It's been 30 years. I think he beat me once and we drew once, but I can't remember either game. So it could be I've only played him once. And I don't know if I drew or lost. I know I either drew or lost to him. I don't know which one. All right, we'll get rid of this game. We'll change the scene. People will complain while I'm changing the scene that the board's wrong. All right. Let's go back. Takes. Check again. If the king moves to f6, black plays rook d7. So they're just going to do this checking and draw. I guess he could play check king d7 and try to win that way. g3 is a very strange move. This is a very strange move. Well, he's going to have to draw a worse endgame now. That's weird. There was no reason for this. That was weird. So here's what he should have done. Okay, and I guess he missed it. I don't know. He should go here. The only way to try to win is this. And then he missed g4. He just didn't see it. And the idea is, now you can't save your h-pawn. I mean, MVL missed that? What? How could obviously king d7 is the only way to try to win. And then g6 is the only way to try to win. And now I play rook here and I take. So what? It could be he didn't like this. It could be he didn't like this position. Because his rook is trapped? Maybe, I don't know. We'll play h5. So. It's possible he didn't like this position. The engine says it's a draw, but maybe that's why he didn't do it. It has to be that reason. It can't be he didn't see it. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. He just figures he can draw anyway because he's MVL. He'll just draw this way. This is the drawing method to make sure black can't advance his pawns without trading them all off. So he gets to practice drawing rook in 3 versus rook in 4. All right. All right, in the chat, in a slow-rated tournament game, who did Kasparov lose to when he had 3 against 4? Let's see if you guys can get it. Even looking up on the internet is going to be tough for you. Even if you cheat, it's going to be tough. Yeah. If you get it right, you obviously cheated because more than half of you haven't heard of this GM. So, yeah. Nicki Minaj is close. Kasparov had 3, his opponent had 4, and Kasparov lost. It was drawn, but he lost. And he was playing a GM like half of you haven't heard of. He retired very young and worked in the real world instead of playing chess. I'll give you guys a hint, because you don't know. He's Dutch. Dutch GM that retired a long time ago, even though he was young. He's like my age, and he retired like when he was 30. Timon's a lot older than me. Miles isn't Dutch. Hans Bohm is not a GM. Irva's slightly older than me and dead. Gears, Korchnoi. Answers aren't very good. Lex Veldhaus is a poker player. Jack Nicholson, Portish, Spider-Man 2. Good answers. Man, I gave you guys a hint. Okay, his first name is Jeroen. Jeroen is his first name. His first name, we still can't get it. De Beers gave 5 subs with 4 seconds left. Very good. De Beers. Anybody? No. One guy wrote Pickett and spelled it wrong. Another guy wrote Pickett and spelled it correctly. Right. That's correct. Jeroen Pickett had 4 against 3, and he beat Kasparov with the 4. Yeah. And then there's the most famous endgame. Okay, this one you should know. 2 super GMs were playing, I'm going to say about 7 years ago, but I'm guessing. And it was 4 against 4 on the same side. It was like this, but white had another pawn, like on e5 or e4. And one of the super GMs won. The other one lost. Who were the 2 players? Who won 4 versus 4? 4 versus 4 are harder to win than 4 versus 3. Magnus 1 is correct. No, it's in Hikaru. Obviously, Shanklin would be a good answer. Yeah, Magnus 1. He was playing Radjabov? No, Ponomaryov. Yeah, Ponomaryov, Carlsen. Look that game up. Yeah, look up Ponomaryov, Carlsen. 4 against 4. It was basically this position, and White had a pawn on e5, and he lost. He lost. 4 against 4. It was Ponomaryov Carlsen. Look it up. 4 against 4. Thanks, Pinky Jim. Thanks for the 5 subs. Thanks, Danny Boy. Whoever gave me the 5 subs. Dub Bears. Mini Ditka. All right, Karen. The 85-86 Bears, the best team ever. Okay. They were 15-1 in the regular season. You got that? Okay. Who was their coach? Who was their quarterback? Were they known for offense or defense? And who did they beat in the Super Bowl?
I don't know.
Any of them?
No.
Jim McMahon was their quarterback. You never heard of him. Yeah. Okay. Mike Ditka was their coach. Maybe you heard of him. No? Mike Ditka? Were they known for defense or offense?
Are you sure you're up with the latest news?
I am not.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not. Defense or offense?
I don't know. I mean,
You guess.
Offense.
Defense.
Right.
Defense wins championships. And who did they play in the Super Bowl that year?
What year was it?
85-86. The only team you would ever name. That's going to be the right answer.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
Dallas.
No, but that's a good answer. Yeah, New England Patriots. Yeah, and who scored first?
Patriots.
Correct. They scored a field goal. Then it was no good. Yeah, there's good and there's no good. There's no good. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. 100 cents to dues. The Bears. Well, the guy gave me 5 subs. So, what are you going to do? All right. When they went 15-1, right? Which I just told you. You got that? Hello? Who'd they lose to? I'll give you a hint. Florida. What team's in Florida?
Miami Dolphins.
Yep. And the funny thing about that was previous to that, in 73, the Dolphins went 16-0 or 15, whatever it was, 14-0. Miami was the only undefeated team. Then they defeated the team that was going to tie their record to make sure they kept the record, which has since, henceforth. Okay, so now what do we do? How come I can't make any moves? I want to make more moves. Wah. All right, let's go back to whatever it is I was doing. Okay, so the last position we saw was this one. All right, this is the last position we saw. This is a draw, but sometimes black wins. Sometimes black wins. This is the game that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friend. All right, he finally did something instead of nothing. Now, there's the famous winning position for black, where black has pawns here, here, and here. So he played g4, preventing that, okay, because he's MVL. Not going down like no punk. Ooh, f3. Ooh. Obviously a reasonable move, but it's f3. I'm not wearing the f3 shirt, so it's okay. This is the game that doesn't end. It's like my game with Josh Friedel. It just goes on and on, my friend. It's like the Blair Witch Project. Nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. A lot of people look pissed. F6. Boo! Now the engine says all zeros. It doesn't think black's better anymore because he played F6. Yeah. The Cincinnati Bengals. Who was a better team? 85 Bears. The end. 1,000 centidues from Cy Bradbury. All right, we need somebody else to give 1,000 centidues or this train's going to end on level 4. Boo! This is the game that doesn't end. It just goes on and on, my friend. All right. So nothing's happened the last 40 moves. And Giri can't draw, which doesn't make sense, that sentence, because then the match is over and he doesn't win. Rook takes rook, draws the king and pawn ending, but he probably won't do that. Yeah. 200 centidues. Are you that good at drawing? Not as good as Giri. I played strong safety for the 85 Bears. Who would say that if it wasn't true?
What?
Very specific. I played strong safety for the 85 Bears. That's a weird thing to say if you made it up. What do you think? It is. That's strange. So you guys know the movie The Untouchables. 10 seconds, we need 300 centidues or 3 subs, or 2 subs. Or 400 centidues. You did it, Danny boy. Thank you. In the movie The Untouchables, they're on the bridge, and Sean Connery says, "Why do you have a gun?" And the guy says, "I'm a treasury agent." And Sean Connery walks away. And he says, whoa. What if I was making that up? Why'd you just walk away? And he said, now, who would say they were that if they weren't? And then he walks away. Grandmaster Gowrie hype train. Who would say they were strong safety for the 85 Bears and they weren't? I don't know. And Karen's like, ridiculous. Yeah. All right, now, Karen, what's the funniest thing about the 85 Bears? And you can look it up and prove me right if you want.
I'm typing in the chat.
But what is it?
What's the funniest thing?
Yeah. Let's see if the chat knows. What's the funniest thing about the 85 Bears? Anybody? Yeah, it was the video they made. Yeah. where they're singing and dancing. There's some things you don't want to see, but you should see that because the fridge is doing it. They made a video of the Super Bowl shuffle. Yeah, dancing and singing just like you expected them to do. And they're about as good as you would expect. Yeah, the fridge wasn't small. Strong safety shot himself. Well, that doesn't mean it's not him unless he's not alive. All right.
It's so cold in here.
We'll turn the heat on.
I did.
You have a coat on, too.
I know.
And we're in the South. All right, let's go back to this game where nothing's ever going to happen. Okay, this is the last position we saw. Played here. Man, truth hurts. MVL's plays very precise. King E3, King F2, King E3, King F2, King E3, King F2. Very precise. All right. And they agreed to a draw. So the match is over. MVL's won. So now, according to the internet, a couple days ago, they're going to play game 4. That's what I inferred. So now we're going to see if they play game 4. The meaningless game. And then supposedly the next game should have already started. In theory. In practice, communism works. Yeah, it should have. All right, so MVL's won the match and then some. Mainly in fries. All right, and then we have to do the other thing, and then we have to do something. All right, so MVL has won his match 2.5-half. I guess they'll play the 4th game anyway. This match has, 3 draws? Or did I make that up? Yeah, 3 draws, right? Yeah. Okay, we need about 5 more subs to get to 100%. MVL's won his match against Giri. He's up 2.5-half. This match has had 3 draws. I think MVL and Giri are going to play the lame duck game anyway. So maybe duck, duck, goose. I don't know. Okay. Fabi's black. Another Ruy. Okay, bishop e7. He played bishop c5 in the first Ruy. Nick is emo. 5 subs. Getting us to 100% of level 5. Gauss subscribed also. All right. Some good mathematicians here. Thanks, Nick is emo. Thanks, Gauss. You guys are the best. All right. He's avoided the Marshall. We are Marshall. Sometimes you got to give 124%. All right. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. If either side wins this game, they win the match. The match is over. However, if it's a draw, Armageddon, and then Nepo wins. So Fabiano better watch it. All right. Boring, boring, boring. Still boring. All right. So A5 is a little suspicious. Probably taking this is better. The engine says A5 than here. I don't like A5. I don't like giving white all this. I don't like it. Ooh, knight C4. Oh, knight C4. I like knight B8 because he retreated, so I like that. Knight C4 instead of C4. That is better. And the knight's good on C4. Okay, so C6. Good, good. A3. Wow. Tripling up on the bubble up. Yay, the train's over. All right. White's slightly better. It's a Ruy Lopez. Black has a weakness on D6. Black has very active pieces. Half open C-file. Play on the queen side. But white's better because this pawn's weak. D5 is weak. And white has a queen side, potentially going to pass pawn on the queen side. A pawn or B pawn. So white's better, but, black's okay. Not that Nepomniachtchi hasn't been better in every game. I guess in game 3, it was a pretty boring draw. But the other games, Nepo was better or winning. All right, another train. Thanks for the train, guys.
Yay.
And they haven't started or they're not playing either one. Yay, what, the train?
No, I was reading about Schmoopy.
Schmoopy? She's okay?
Yeah, but she had it really bad.
She had bad?
103-degree fever.
Yeah, that's okay.
Cramps.
Yeah, that's okay too. She was okay.
It's for you to say.
So, as you know, the woman who played Schmoopy on Seinfeld is married to George Stephanopoulos, and they both have COVID. COVID.
He had no symptoms.
He has no symptoms, and she was like, "Well, I'm sick," and then George says like, "You're Schmoopy," and she said, "No, you're Schmoopy." You think they've ever done that once in their life?
Oh.
You're Schmoop. What?
I'm sure.
You do?
Yeah,
All right, we could do a poll on that.
definitely.
COVID, Schmoopy. No, you're Schmoopy. Exactly. Will there be a Sunday tournament today? The Sunday tournament. What's he mean? Will there be the Sunday tournament today? What's he talking about? We don't know what you're talking about. Kevin Hart subscribed. God damn. No, you're Schmoopy. Exactly. All right. What happened? Nothing happened. All right. Nepomniachtchi's thinking. Not his strong suit. The tournament. Sub Sunday. And we're doing this. And then I might do a recap tonight. I have to make some more videos. I don't want to do everything right after. I'll probably just come back again like I did.
Yeah.
Although the kids are coming back.
Mhm.
So I'll probably just come by myself.
Yeah.
Well, Archer could come.
No,
Yeah. I'll just come later and I'll make like 3 more videos and then I'll do a recap. Yeah. How to stop mate in 1. What? How good is Peter's Fiddler? 7 and or 8-time Russian champion. Sounds pretty good. Top 10 in the world for many years. Pretty good. Is he the real Kevin Hart, like the guy's the real strong safety? Correct. Just like that. Yeah. I agree, David RV00. That was a great endgame. I agree. Circle gets the square. Is he really thinking this long in a 15-minute game? That's not really his MO. Rohit G4869 subscribed. Hooray. Why not Queen D6? Let's find out. Always play Bishop F8. That's probably why. Okay, he put it in H3. Suspicious move. Go Mike Singletary. Look, if you were Mike Singletary, would you admit it on the stream? I don't think so. So he's not Mike Singletary. How surprised were you when Hikaru won games yesterday? Mildly surprised. Mildly. Why not Queen D6 anyway? Well, certain players won't play moves like that. You guys play moves like that all the time, but certain players that, I am not Mike Singletary. Correct. I'm Mike Singletary. Spartacus, 200 BC. We prefer BCE now, but I'll give it to you. All right, the other game should have started if they're playing. They're not playing. I mean, they should be playing. Maybe like Giri's like, I lost the match, leave me alone. I don't know. All those betting things on like guessing the scores and everything are assuming that the games go 4, that there's a 4th game. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to play. They are playing. Yeah, but they're not playing. Man, the truth hurts. COVID. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what the point of playing is. Caruana blundered. What do you mean? Rook C8's good. Nice open file. Good. Still have no moves. All right. Rook A D1. Nobody's doing anything. They're maintaining tension. Maintain tension. D5 is the engine move? Oh, because the rook left the A pawn. Oh, yeah. The engine wants to play D5. It's sort of changed its mind. Because then the bishop is attacking A3. Then the engine's like, nah, never mind. Hello. Yeah. There was a tweet that they are going to play game 4, Anisha and MVL.
Yeah.
From Chess 24, but they haven't started yet. Or they started and Chess.com doesn't have the moves. I don't know. All right.
So cold.
Who's going to win? I hope it's Shahadi Bartholomew are pretty good. Yeah. Dave Chappelle better than Kevin Hart. Correct. Engine says he blundered. Why not knight d5 instead of pawn h2? Why did he play pawn h2? I don't get it. Why did he do that? Pawn h2. What? I don't know. Not started on chess 24 either. All right, it's Karen. Now ask Karen questions. Karen's going to read the chat from now on. Why do serious analysis? Very serious. Go, Karen. Rook d8.
Very well.
What?
Oh, the microphone's in there. Slide it to the left.
It's too taut. How's that?
Oh, that's great.
See, Karen, what shampoo do you use? See, you're getting some questions.
What shampoo? Suave.
All right. Oh, look at Mr. Suave. That says Mr. Suave. Okay, Giri MVL in the game that doesn't matter. It's the Catalan, your favorite opening.
Yeah.
This is the main line. Okay, so he played queen c2. Now, if he plays queen c4 and they repeat, then they can end the game. But Giri's playing for the win. I've never said that sentence either. See, if Giri wins, it's not embarrassing until there's 2.5, 1.5.
Yeah.
So, they try to win. Less embarrassing. Read the chat.
Seems like last game would have been the time to try to win.
Bam! She got Giri good. Is it illegal to look that good?
Mm-hmm.
You should see your pants.
So cold in here.
Yeah.
Be careful of the big arbiter.
Past noon, time to crack open the alcohol.
Hey,
As
Gar.
discussed before the stream. Yeah. All right, so this game is not too interesting. H6, take. So White's tiny little better, very slightly better. And MVL's not playing the Grunfeld anymore. What? MVL decided not to play any openings he normally plays because then Giri will play like 30 moves in a row prepared. So now Giri has to think on his own. Not his strong suit. Yeah.
What do you think of Chess Bra? They're asking you.
What about him? Your chess. I thought they meant. So, like, making Giri think isn't good. Like, if he knows what you're going to ask him, he's ready, right, when Maurice talks to him. So, when his wife had a baby, and I was interviewing him, I said, so, Anish, do you know who the father is? See, then he's like, what? Then you get him good. All right, back to whatever it is I was doing. Okay, so we saw rookie d8, and then White played an explosive move here.
Yeah, C4.
C4, right.
They're asking how you got so jacked.
Taking on a3, bishop a3, knight b4. Good. This looks like a Najdorf Sicilian, and it's a Ruy Lopez. You agree? Yeah.
I don't know openings.
Yeah. Bishop b1, always retreat.
Legal moves.
Yeah. Now Fabiano's position is pretty good, I think. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's like your favorite rap group of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give you a hint by saying something like Michael Jackson raped them, but that wouldn't help. So I need more information. Crisscross. Yeah, see?
Oh.
Crisscross. Yeah.
Michael Jackson raped.
That doesn't really narrow down the number of, that could be any two kids. So, yeah. All right. On Family Guy, they have a flashback, and Stewie's being interviewed in the Michael Jackson trial. He's on the stand. He's a witness. And they're like, so when you were at Michael Jackson's house, and he says, well, the worst thing was he didn't call me the next morning. And everybody laughs. He says, no, but seriously, he was pretty aggressive. Are you still spending $1,000? You got to read. They're talking to you over here. Yeah.
I was listening to you.
Yeah. See, $1,000 a trip.
No, that was just a one-time thing.
What were those kids wearing exactly? So if I become dictator and ban country music, will you hide some country music in secret? That's right.
I'm not a huge country music fan. I just like some.
Yeah.
I don't like the modern country music.
How come they always trade all the pieces every move? Can't they leave some pieces on the board? Come on. Obviously, black's slightly better here. This pawn's weak. This pawn's weak. These pieces are all good. This is all good. Okay. And then this is no good. See that?
Mm-hmm.
What would Linda Ronstadt say?
You're no good?
Correct. Yeah. All right, so he played knight c5. Then I complained they traded too much, right?
Yeah.
Then he traded. So, showed me. Yeah.
The Eagles, that's not country music. Is it?
You have to argue what country music is, like Linda Ronstadt, Johnny Cash, the Eagles, then some stuff. Then that's why Congress exists. You got to let them, vote on, So most of you don't know this, even though I've talked about it on the stream before. The U.S. Supreme Court, about 125 years ago, had to make a ruling on whether tomatoes were vegetables or fruit.
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They ruled.
They did?
And the reason was there were different tariffs on different ones,
Oh.
on fruits and vegetables. And they ruled like the wrong way. They ruled the way that's not right. So according to the U.S. Supreme Court, that's right, don't forget it. It was actually, I think, in the 18
What
Dickities.
did they rule?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
All
thought-
I know is the 18
I
Dickities.
thought it's both a fruit and a vegetable.
He said 1893. Yeah, but for tax purposes, you have to,
Yeah.
Are you aloof?
No.
Okay, see, there you go. All right, so black has a big advantage, it says, because black has the two bishops. Man, Nepo's really retreating this game. He played bishop here and queen here. That's good retreating. Black has two bishops for nothing, and this bishop's terrible. And these pawns are weak. So, Fabi might win.
The retreat you meant.
Fabi might win. Bishop c8's the right move, retreating, putting pressure on here. That's the right move. Yeah, and then bishop e6 is good. This is terrible for white. White wants to do this, obviously. The problem is, if black takes the knight on e3, this bishop's terrible and this is good, and these pawns are all weak. This is a really bad position for white. I just ate. Bishop a2? Ugh. What would Brute say? Exactly. A2 Brute? Joe Exotic. Go Joe Exotic.
That was brute.
Yeah, whatever. Tomatoes are actually fruits. The ruling made sense at the time because of the tariff situation. Exactly. A vegetable isn't... See, look, now the chat's really getting interesting. Yeah.
Hey, Drunken Soul, I don't know Faith Hill's music, but she seems a little bit too
Terrible?
generic sounding, but she has a nice voice. So I would have to say the little bit I've heard, no, I do not like her.
What? That's correct. Man, look at black, inserting his will on the position. He's got his queen in there, his bishop, his rook. This is the worst bishop ever. Fabi's really outplaying Nepomniachtchi. It would be a tragedy for Jan because he was winning in the first game, maybe, definitely winning the second game, and then getting outplayed with white and losing. Frankly, terrible. Honky Blood subscribed. Good,
Yeah,
good.
Honky Blood.
What did Michael Jackson say when they asked him? When he was talking to a tomato once. He lost it at the end. What did he say to the tomato?
You're a vegetable?
Very good. Yeah. I put tomatoes in my fruit salad because technically, yeah. But it's salty, so it's a snack.
The achy breaky heart's a dumb.
I just ate. Okay, look at this. You paying attention? You see the number?
Yes.
Okay, you sure? Okay, now watch what happens. No, stop it.
I thought you were yelling about it.
Now what happened to the number? See?
Yeah.
F3.
Oh.
Look at his bishop. Oh my God. The super GMs, they're doing commentary on Chess 24. You got to go watch them because they're going to be madder than I am about F3. No, I'm serious. They're going to be like, oh my God. I'm mad about it just for no reason. But here it's really, really, really bad. That's an awful move. No understanding of chess, Nepo. Sometimes Nepo just goes crazy and plays terrible. Sometimes. Yeah, I mean, you can't play moves if my student played F3, he's fired. First, I'll get his money for lessons. Then he's fired. I wouldn't give him the lessons. Yeah, this is like watching my 7-year-old play. Exactly. Yeah. Terrible. No, this is that. No. It's 100% or more, like when I get to the 5th level and it goes to over 100%, that Fabi's going to win this game. I can't allow, in the universe that I live in, that somebody can play F3 in that position and not lose to Fabi. I can't allow that. Look at the numbers, see?
I see it.
That's a horrible move. Why you give up all the dark squares? I'm really mad, because see how the rook has all these possibilities, and the queen does, and the knight does, and then he's like, oh, here, now I get mated, and then I can't move any of my pieces. Look at this bishop. Aren't you ashamed? I mean, F3 is just a horrible move. Okay, back to the game. God, rook E2. You know, it's just absolutely terrible play. Atrocious. Terrible. Horrible. Yeah, look at the score. Material's even, and it's like the game's over. Pushed all the pawns in front of his king. I've never been so mad. 2 bishops, what else? Okay, now this game, the game that doesn't matter. Okay, we saw this position. 2 bishops. White's slightly better. White takes a pawn. Man, MVL's always getting that counterplay. Look at that counterplay. He's always sacking material, getting counterplay. Good. So black has 2 bishops and white has an extra pawn. So probably a draw, but white can press for the win. If he wins, it's less embarrassing. So, but yeah, white's up a pawn, and black doesn't care because black already won the match. So trolling him. Terrible play by Nepo. Terrible. Bishop takes b3. God. Yeah. I mean, this is unbelievably bad for white.
What was better?
I should take with the rook. Rook takes. Exclam.
Oh, okay.
Bishop takes no good. Yeah. I mean, it's at least 100%. Knight b1. You know why he played this, right? He's setting up for the next game. I'd like to point out he played here. That's what he did with his bishop this game. See, that was the path his bishop took. Yeah, now he's all pinned. Oh, God dang. F3 is so bad. See how the material's equal? You agree? It's equal material.
I'll take your word
It's
for it.
right there, too.
I
Right
counted
there.
it.
Right
Okay,
there.
all right.
And then +3 for black.
Yes.
Rook b2. That's so bad. Why is he pinning all of his pieces? What's wrong with him? See, sometimes Nepo just gives up. Like, he knows he's lost. He's like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Well, bishop takes c4, resigns. If you play bishop c4, Nepo will resign. You see how the bishop's pinned? You can't take the bishop? Yeah, I've never been this angry. Ever. Wow, I never saw a guy fall apart. Bonnie Tyler part 2. Everybody before the term was like, Fabiano sucks. And I was like, yeah, 15 minute. And then he beats Nepo in the first round. Terrible. Lawrence Trust said, this is the most depressing position I've seen today. Yeah. No, but I mean, if you go back if you watch the Chess 24 replay, if they have one, or you can watch it, when he plays F3, I want to see what Svidler says about that in Grishuk. I want to see if they're as mad as I am. I mean, I can't, I don't know if Grishuk's there, but even so. Yeah, Bishop, he didn't resign. He played Queen C2. You like this? You see that?
Yeah, just don't forget my head's right.
Okay, sorry. There you go. Yeah, horrible. All right, Rook B6 is the most winning because it's the most pinning. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then resigns. Rook B6 resigns. If he plays Rook B6, White will resign. I guarantee it. I'm not saying he'll play Rook B6. He will. But if he does, he'll resign. That's a very nice move because it pins this some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lose all your pieces. They're all lined up to be captured consecutively and concurrently. All right, what's going on in this game that nobody cares about? Okay, traded. By the way, here White's up a pawn for like almost nothing, and Giri plays knight d2, making the game a draw because he's Giri. He can't help it. Yeah, it's like the ridiculous what he did. He can't take this pawn because his knight gets pinned. Like Rook d4, Rook d8.
Oh, yeah.
So he just, like, knight d2 is a ridiculous move. He just can't win. He's Giri. He's like, I can't do it. He's not even better anymore. It's ridiculous. He's a pawn up for nothing. They just gave a pawn away, and he's like, oh, knight f3, knight. He's just, like, so terrible.
How did he get so high rated?
Now, finally, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah. Can you show bishop c4? He played bishop c4.
He had to have won some games.
Never. He's like 4th or 5th in the world. Yeah. Yeah, this is the most equal of positions.
And draw your way to the top.
Yeah. And then nobody could ever win. See? All right. All zeros. Okay, he played... Wait, what happened here? He played king g7. Rook b6 would have been resigns. All right. It doesn't matter. He's still completely winning. But still, it was bad technique. He should have played rook whatever. I mean, look at this. Setting up for the next game. Magnus would never go this way. Correct. God with a gun, Homer Simpson. Correct. Karen, hold back. Giri has feelings. Now, obviously, Grishik would do better in this tournament. It'd be more fun. He'd have 1 minute on his clock every game. It would be great. Grishik is 6, Giri 10. In rapid, Grishik 7, Giri 24. Man, harsh. All right. And they trade everything. Trade. Good, good. This is how Giri tries to win. Trade all the pieces off. Yeah. Also, etc.
Well, I wonder why they invited him if Grishik...
Bam! Now you're talking. It's possible they invited Grishik and he said no, and they invited Giri, but I doubt it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Giri's not as bad as he plays. You know, he plays all right. Grishik, 2 times World Blitz champion. Look, Grishik might have declined. I don't know why he would decline. It's online tournament. He's got to stay home anyway. So I don't know. All right, back to the game. Nepomniachtchi is going to resign soon. Queen a5 is a good move. So black's up a pawn and better. Safer king, better rooks, better queen, better minor piece. And up a pawn. See this rook's coming here next move? Mm-hmm. Then the truth hurts. Then he's going to triple up on the bubble up on the 8th rank. Damn. Harsh. All right. And this game's... heading for a draw, etc. It's the boring world of Niels Bohr, and so forth.
Trying to Learn says, does this match prove that the candidates could be finished online?
No. It's 0% they'll play the candidates online. 0%. Chess 24 had Grisha commentating. Good. He's supposed to be. Thanks, Cy Bradbury. He must have been really mad when Nepo played f3. I mean, madder than me. Yeah. Grishuk dropped an S-bomb as soon as I started watching it. Yeah, Grishuk swears a lot in the Chess 24 chat on the official commentary.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he just starts swearing. Yeah, because he like Campbell. You know, he's better than I am. He's better than me. Yeah, here comes this. See that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What kind of bubble up is that?
What, double up?
Yeah. All right, this game, nothing's happening. See, he's moving his king up. All zeros.
Grish over Giri any day, says Dimebag.
Everybody agrees. Yeah. Do you know MVL and Grishik both have higher drawing percentage in classical than Giddy? He was very giddy about that. It's possible. The other game has... Okay, they just repeated. Always repeat. Draw. Well, Giri drew. That's better than winning for him. Okay, so this match ended with MVL getting 2 wins and 2 draws, winning the match. He won the match before the last game. And game 2 was pathetic. Giri was white, and he was losing before move 10. And just got rolled over. Horrible. Okay, very bad play by Giri. Now, if you're on Twitter, you should definitely follow Giri, because he'll say something very funny. You're like, I held the draw in the last game. Something. You know. But yeah, I mean, just got beat really badly. All right. So he did play double up on the bubble up. The only move he has to analyze is knight here. He has to make sure that he's good after that. And the engine says every move wins against that. So he has to play knight b3. You have to try. You got to try. The three-way fork.
Yeah.
So, although the engine says black is +4 in every variation, so that's not good. But you got to try. Man, that's the safest king ever. See how safe it is? See, when it was here, he could have been checked, and now he can never be checked ever. This king is going to be checked every move the rest of the game. No. Yeah, not playing here is weird, because, you're going to lose. You might as well fork 3 pieces. Yeah. So the thing is, after here, the engine says queen a6 and rook g1 check win. So I don't know what he'll do, but they both win. So he'll do one of them. But you have to play here. You got to do it. God, Fabi has extra time? Damn. Yeah, always follow Giri online. He's funny. Okay, he did play knight b3, and then Fabi was ready for what was going to happen. Okay, that's going too fast for the gawking rabble. Check, take, check. This bishop's going to come in here. And you see the queen and bishop, these pieces aren't defending too good. Not good defenders. Bishop's coming in here, the queen's here, rawr, and so forth. Mainly and so forth. This is funny because the only way for Nepomniachtchi to draw is to sack the exchange and try to draw the same position that he beat Giri in the famous round 1. Okay, so he played queen f1, threatening the rook. Rook c3 was played. Queen f1 is a silly move because he can't play bishop e3 anymore, so that was weird. Luckily, everything's winning. Will Fabi blow it? The answer is fries. This knight's still terrible. Can't go anywhere, right? Terrible. It can only go here. Oh, that's worse. So very strange technique. Very strange. These moves don't make any sense. So here's what he's going to do, because I said so. h5, h4. Then when this pawn is gone, bishop f4. That's why he played bishop g5. He wants to play bishop here, which is good, right? So he wants to get rid of this pawn. Nepo saw that and played here. That way, if he takes and takes, he's like pitting the bishop to the king. That's why he played this move.
Okay.
And then Fabi's like, but I want to do this. Wah. And then no talking. So now the engine's back to like, let's go here again. Stop playing the silly way. So we get our queen and bishop in. All right, so Fabi's trying not to win. That way we get Armageddon. He's trying. But it's going to be hard not to win. Hello. 1,000 viewers again. Is Wesley So playing in this tournament? There's another guy who should be playing instead of Giri. Is Wesley So. Yeah, Wesley So and Grish look pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good. See, the reason people didn't like the candidates as much as they should have, a lot of them were like, how come Naka's not playing? How come Wesley's not playing? How come Rajamov's not playing because of the, Corona stuff? Is I opined that other than Magnus, who's not allowed to play in the candidates because it chooses who plays him, if you just look at the 8 best players who are not playing in the candidates, which is better? The 8 best players who aren't playing in the candidates or the candidates? Like, same rating. 50. There's a lot of good players who weren't playing in the candidates. Yeah. And here, we could have Wesley playing. We could have Grishuk playing. What are you going to do? Queen E1. He fixed his mistake. Good. He decided against his other plan. This isn't easy to win anymore because he didn't. Okay, now he's just flailing around. Terrible. This is a repetition. He wants to go here, so he gets time on the clock. Professional. So now he'll go here, and then after this, he'll go here. I have spoken. Could you draw the arrows? I can. Yay, it's arrows. All right. Go more into detail. Yes, queen here. He moves, so I couldn't do it. It does defend g1, but it's too passive. All right, now he's not winning anymore according to the engine. f4 is fine, because that's why he lined this up. Yeah, that's why you want the bishop on e3, because you can play the same way, but f4 doesn't attack the bishop. So black would be a tempo ahead. The e pawn would be weak. I don't know if he's going to win now. I don't know. According to the gawking rabble, though, about 3 minutes ago, Caruana had a 3-minute time advantage. That could help. Yeah. No one wants to win. It's true. Kasparov would have been fun to see in this tourney. No. Terrible. Yeah, this is actually funny if Fabi doesn't win because Nepo was really winning the second game. So that's fair. Nobody can win. So that's good. Who's down to 1 minute? Nepomniachtchi? This says 446 to 520. I believe that more. Queen D1. Yeah, knight C4. And it's like equal position. It's like that's not even winning anymore. But he won't be as mad as Nepo was. Nepo had the worst position I've ever seen. And then Trent made some funny comment to that extent. And then he's not even going to win. What? Okay, he pinned. This is a terrible move. Rook D3. Pinning his own knight. That's an awful move. What? So he could have played knight C4. Right? Then knight E3 and draw. Right? Then black has to take the knight and it's a draw. But instead he went here, pinning his knight. So his knight can never move. And then Fabi correctly played king F8. Very good. You want to defend this pawn, and you want to get off of this, so you can't play F4 anymore. So the main idea is I want to play H4 here, as I explained earlier. And remember how this was like this? Yeah. So this was terrible. Now if he plays H4, you're gonna get in there. And the white's going to get mated to lose his rook. The engine line's pretty funny. The engine wants to go here, and kick the queen out. That's like impossible to see because he just played here.
Yeah.
So how are you going to play here and then decide to go here? And you can't do that. Okay, he played rook F2, which I don't understand. Oh, I understand. After H4 takes bishop check, he can play king G2. Yeah. Okay, now I understand. Yeah, now queen E1 wins because if rook here, then H4 wins again because the king is trapped. And then bishop E3 is coming. This is actually a very nice win. That's nice. And now he's going to try to draw by sack. You can't go here because you lose all your pieces. So he's going to sack the exchange and then try to draw this position. Try to get his knight here if he can, or play knight here and grovel. It's funny because the Nepo game that he won in round 1 against Giri, now he's got to play the other side of it. Truth hurts. So queen E1 exclam if he finds it. Okay, he did not find it. He played H4, which is also good. Now if you take king G2, so he took this. Yeah. So rook G2 is forced. And now white can't move anything. White can't move his rook, this rook, because queen E2 check would win. He can't move the knight because the rook is hanging. So he can't do anything. Bishop G5 is a good move because you can't take the bishop because queen check wins the rook. Then we're threatening bishop F4 check. King E7 is the obvious move because it stops rook takes D6. And he played king E7 and then rook B3. That's a good move because he wants to kick the queen out. That's a good move. So 50-50. I don't know if it's a win or a draw. I want Fabi to win the match. However, I'd rather he draw this game so we have Armageddon. Then you guys will donate more and we'll have another train. Right? If it ends, then we got to leave. But if it keeps going, we never leave. Yeah, we have the most viewers ever, 1029. This is an off-topic question. Stockfish, Leela, Komodo, anything else? They're all the same. And Leela's not an engine. Another train, scam train. Is this live? It is not live. Is this live? Okay, what did he do? He made a bad move. Queen E1. That does nothing. So the reason he did that is white's going to play rook B1, kicking the queen out. Doesn't want to go here because, what? So he decided after the queen gets kicked out, he's going to go here and keep his queen and bishop close. That's why he did that. But I don't know, maybe he missed bishop G5. Oh, he played king E7 already, so he can't play bishop G5. Oh, queen E1's okay. Knight c4. The engine says that's double question mark because of bishop g5. After bishop g5, which Nepo missed, if you take it, then queen h4 check wins the rook.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't take it, bishop here is winning immediately. So when he played this, he didn't see bishop g5. He played bishop g5. I didn't do that. Yeah. All right, now Fabi's going to win. Now the only way to draw is for white to sack the exchange and get a fortress. Ain't no fortress. There's a pawn on f3. That's no good. 100 centidues. Snackor says, hi, Karen.
Hey, Snackor.
Hooray. What's for another train or the time Joe gets in a ski accident and can walk again and his son hits him and paralyzes him?
What's the controversy?
Yeah.
Master
Klausner
Gary?
subscribed. Good, good.
Grandmaster Gary said there's another controversy. What?
Who says it?
Grandmaster Gary.
I don't see it. Here it is. We have another controversy for Armageddon. Oh,
Right,
he wants that to happen. He wants this game to be a draw. Then there's Armageddon. There's controversy because that's funny.
Oh,
Yeah. Now this he didn't see bishop g5.
that's not. I thought
Yeah.
Grandmaster Gary's name was just Grandmaster Gary.
Right?
That was like Master Grandmaster Gary.
Where? Oh, that's Master Grandmaster.
Oh, I thought it said Gary.
Yeah, so that wasn't Gary.
That wasn't even Gary.
Yeah. All right. So in this position, we can't allow bishop f4 check. God damn. So we got to give up the exchange. Terrible.
How do you feel about the Karen meme? I've never even seen it. Ben's mentioned it. I'm not a meme person.
Yeah, you're a nice person. Oh, meme. Yeah.
I should look at it just because it's got my name associated with it.
Yeah, this isn't good that the pawns are like this. Better drawing chances if the pawns are back because we can come in the back here and you can't really get your knight to a good square. Well, he tried to. Trying is the first step to failure. Yeah, that doesn't really control. See, the thing is, whichever square your knight goes to, later in the game, you play the other pawn to d5 and get a passed pawn. So if the knight's here, for example, then we play f5. If the knight's here, we play d5 at the appropriate moment, and then you're winning. So this is winning because he's gonna play d5 when it wins. He's gonna play queen. First of all, he's threatening the rook. You agree? He's gonna play queen g1 check, defending b6. Then he's gonna play d5. And he can't play rook b6 check because the queen defends b6.
Yeah.
And then you can't. Yeah. And Nepo knows that, so Nepo played here. But now you can't play rook b6 check because your king rook is there. So now d5 is coming. Probably now. He played king g4 so he could take on d5 and his king protects his knight. Otherwise, you take the knight. You can't let this pawn do this because that's annoying. Queen here is good because he's threatening here. Never play f3 and the pawn's hanging. Yeah. So this is winning for black because black tries to win this pawn and black tries to queen this pawn. So this defense won't hold up. Now, he has one chance, Nepomniachtchi. If Caruana gets like 40 seconds on the clock, then yeah. 3:45, right. So Fabiano should win this game and then go on and then wins the match. And then MVL and Fabi win, confusing the audience. Fabi is slowly losing on time, very slowly. A 10-second increment, it should be fine. Fabi's playing really well the last 10 moves. As soon as he played bishop g5, his technique is really good. Fabi has good technique. Let's see, what jokes can I make? Many jokes. You know why we don't have the clocks? Because you can't spell clocks. Rawr. Oh, did you type that? Format? Good job. All right, so f4 is a horrible, ridiculous blunder. All right, so he gave up. Nepo's like, I'm going to lose for sure, so he went here. And now the engine says plus a billion. The move that wins instantly is queen h1. That seems hard to find. He didn't find it. Queen h1 threatens the knight, and it threatens the rook. So then he would have resigned, because it's a fork.
Yeah.
Just It threatens the knight, threatens the rook. That's it. There's no analysis. You just can't, nothing you can do. But he played king h6, which also wins. Now he's threatening queen here check. Obviously, if he plays queen here check, white plays king h4 check, like in the movies. Check, check, every move is check. Yeah. Now queen d1 check is winning. Queen h1 is winning. And there's no move here. You can't do anything. Yeah, f4 was... A lot of guys defend, tough defense. Nepo, not his forte. Yeah, king h6 is a good move. Queen h1 was just easier. Yeah. Yeah, f4 was a really bad move. Because it loosens, it opens this diagonal to white's king. You don't want to do that. White has enough problems. Wow, after that, the computer announced mate in 2. Check, mate. Oh, he did it. Yeah, he walked into mate. Queen c8 check. Only legal move. Mm-hmm. Mate. That was quick. And he did it. King f5. Yeah, his heads up D wasn't 2 heads up. A funny way to end the game, if he didn't play the mate, was if he takes the knight and then white mates black.
Yeah.
Then the truth hurts. Yeah. So before the tournament, I was espousing, along with the gawking rabble, that Fabi and Giri would come in last, one of them, and everybody agreed with that. And then Fabi won his match against Nepomniachtchi. So there you go. And Fabi was losing game 2 and much worse in game 1, but he drew him anyway. Game 3 was a boring draw, and he won this game. So very suspicious. Fabi, MVL, and Dingler in first. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 3 out of 3. Carlsen in 4th. Agreed. And then Naka's in 5th. It's nothing to sneeze at. 5th is okay. And then the other 3 players are in last. Nepomniachtchi, Giri, and Firouzja. All right, tomorrow the round is at 10 a.m., just like it was today, if you're on Eastern time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the subs and the whatever else you did, the donations and the chat. And we all made fun of each other. That was good. Boo, Giri, etc. Yay, Fabi. And I'll be streaming tonight a recap of the round sometime between 6:30 and 9:30 p.m. And if you're on my Discord or you follow me on Twitter, I'll give you like an hour's notice at least, plus tax. No games today. Yep. There's no chess today. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know. Crazy like Fox News. Yeah. All right. See you guys tonight. Unfortunately, it'll just be me. And we should raid Vampire Chicken, right? I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why you paused.
I was seeing who I was saying.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. No pause in there. All right. See you guys tonight in about 7 hours-ish, plus tax with no tax. Oh, and also don't forget,